We kicked off a recent episode of the 6M by asking the question, what constitutes a Christmas movie? And I left it open-ended, and I leave it to the audience to decide. But we have talked at length before here on this show about what do you consider to be a holiday film? What does it need? Does it need top hats? Does it need the the waistcoats? You know what I mean? Does it need like the snowy streets? Does it need a Tiny Tim? Does it have to have snow? Does it have to have ridiculous only things that only happen like in rom-com movies? And yes, we're talking about Hallmark. What does it really need? Does it need Christmas past, present, and future? I mean, it needs a tree, but ultimately it needs to save Christmas, right? That's what I've come to. Christmas movies should be about saving Christmas, because most of the time Christmas movie plots are as follows. Oh no, Christmas is ruined. Oh no, wait. That's it. That's the entire plot basically of every Christmas movie. So today we're talking about, and yes, this is the Christmas episode of the 6M. This is Die Hard. And as recently as yesterday, I'm on social media and I see a chat. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Here's the answer. Yes. If it wasn't, we wouldn't be here doing this right now. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you know what else is a Christmas movie? Whatever you say it is. You know why? Because it doesn't matter. Because whatever makes you happy in your family, amongst your friends, in your home, whatever that looks like, if you watch a certain movie every Christmas, it's a Christmas movie. If that's what it is to you, don't get too wrapped up in what everybody else thinks, because as we know, that's a path to absolutely nowhere. So yes, today, Die Hard is what we're tackling. And before we get into the film, and yes, this is a watch-along, kids. We hope you brought some popcorn, and you're going to kick your feet up and enjoy this with us as we watch along. But first, let's do this. Die Hard is a 1988 American action film directed by John McTiernan and written by Jeb Stewart and Stephen E. D'Souza, based on the 1979 novel Nothing Lasts Forever by Roderick Thorpe. It stars Bruce Willis, Alan Rickman, Alexander Goodenough, Bonnie Bedelia, with Reginald VelJohnson, William Atherton, Paul Gleason, and Hart Bachner in supporting roles. Die Hard follows New York City police detective John McClane, who is caught up in a terrorist takeover of a Los Angeles skyscraper while visiting his estranged wife. This was released July 12th, 1988 at Avco Theater and July 15th, 1988 nationwide. Total running time, 132 minutes. The budget for this film was around 25 to 35 million. The total box office is around $141.5 million. And that is your lowdown for Die Hard, a Christmas movie. We're going to title it today. I don't care. Troy, why is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Because I say it is.
That's enough. Well done. I mean, it's got everything, right, guys? I mean, it's basically it takes place at Christmas time. It's about a family reconnecting, right? It's about good guys winning, like the spirit of Christmas amongst all the blood and dead bodies. But Phil, why is it a Christmas movie? Because of all that?
It takes place during Christmas. I feel like every year people have the same debate. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? It takes place during Christmas, which makes it a Christmas movie. I'm surprised that we're still having this debate at this point, but the internet where nothing ever dies.
Nothing ever dies. Nothing ever dies. We want it to. Chris, is this one of your go-tos every Christmas?
It is not. This will be the first time I've watched it in about 5 or 6 years, honestly. But you know me, I'm a Gremlins guy. This movie's not a Christmas movie. It doesn't have any Mogwais in it.
I like the differing opinion. I can live with that. Yeah, there's no Mogwais in this one. Joe, we don't have Gizmo in this one, but we have Mr. McClane in this. So what do you think? How do you feel about this movie?
Yes, it's a Christmas film. Anything that takes place at Christmas is a Christmas film. As you've done previously, Batman Returns, Christmas film, takes place at Christmas. Lethal Weapon takes place at Christmas. Like, Trading Places takes place at Christmas. They're Christmas films. Like, just because you don't watch them at Christmas does not mean to say that they are not Christmas, because you can watch them any time of the year. But you can also watch Santa Claus the movie any time of the year. It's just weird.
Right. Right, yeah. Like, you can walk around any time of the year wearing a Santa hat, and it's fine. People may look at you funny, but you can do whatever you want.
As long as you feel fine, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, it's a free country. I mean, at least for now. We'll see what happens in a month or so.
I feel like doing that gets you put on some kind of list.
It's true.
Listen, man, if the penguin eating raw fish and biting a man's nose until it gushes blood is fine for a Christmas movie, then this is a Christmas movie. I don't.
That's
There's
hard
a
to.
whole subgenre of Christmas horror movies and stuff.
Yes.
Like it doesn't have to be, single female lawyer goes back to her hometown and falls in love with a toboggan salesman and learns the true meaning of Christmas. Like,
But can it be? Yes, it
it
can.
can be as well, but it's a broad spectrum.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I don't get
How-
too wrapped up in it.
How have we never had a Fast and the Furious Christmas movie? That's got to be coming, right?
Yeah,
Well, I have got spurious facts about this film. For if there's a lull in conversation, and one of them is that this is a prequel to a Fast and Furious film. McClane's bald. It's all about family. Come on, it's right there.
My God, we've done a lot of things here on the 6M, but a Fast and Furious movie shall not be one of them. Okay,
What?
no. It's my promise to you. I'm never going to do it.
After the first four,
After the first
They're
3, 4, like,
tremendous.
they're good films. They're just heist movies.
you give an 8-year-old boy as many Skittles as he can eat and tell him to write a movie. That's literally what they are.
Yep. Throw some Matchbox Chevys and stuff in front of him and give him free reign. Write this
The Rock
movie.
punches a torpedo at one point, and no one thinks bats an. That's the least ridiculous thing that happens in that film.
Well, look, that was my promise. Also, the prequel trilogy. Phil will be laughing at this one. I have said we're not doing the freaker. We've done the original trilogy and the Disney sequels, but that prequel trilogy, I'm fighting to my last breath to not have to do those things.
This is how you know that we are old, because we are now at a point where there are people that defend the prequel trilogy more than they defend the sequel trilogy. We have come all the way around. Hayden Christensen has been totally redeemed. It's over, man. It's over. We're on the other side of the wall, man. It's over.
Through the looking glass.
This is the argument I had with it, though. As a man of a certain age, I had to wait so long for any new Star Wars. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And yeah, the prequel ones are not great, but it was new and it was in the Star Wars universe, and it was brilliant. Now there's loads of it, and I can't keep up with it all. But I'm always grateful for more Star Wars stuff. Like, you just don't appreciate what you've got. Star Wars fans are the worst people. They hate their own product.
Yeah.
Have you met wrestling fans? I don't know.
Yeah, all right. I'm Doctor Who fan, and basically any
comic book fans. Yeah, it's the same. It's all the same.
I'll just burn these Star Wars tattoos off now.
Yes.
Shall I?
We went to see episode 1 in the theater. It was me and my wife and my sister. And when we waited for the the first time in years, because I saw the original trilogy in the theater, right? So the big screen, we're waiting, and then when bam, the logo popped up, people in the crowd were clapping, and I had goosebumps. I'm like, yeah, come on! And the end of the movie came, and we get to leave, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, you ready to go?
Come on. Who doesn't want
Let's
2
just-
hours of
let's
trade
just leave.
negotiations? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. That's what kids want, isn't it?
I was deflated. To be honest.
GCSE politics.
Yeah.
To be honest.
They got better.
They got better.
Not Monty Python for a second. She turned me into a newt. I got
better. We had to get on the other side of this, and then we got some actual stuff that happened in the second movie, some romance stuff, and
Hey,
I
listen,
really like the Disney one.
There's 2 scenes from the Phantom Menace that save it, and that is the pod race scene and the Duel of the Fates, and that is it.
Duel of Fates is one of the greatest things that has ever happened in Star Wars fandom, but we don't have to talk about a lot of stuff that got us there.
If Darth Maul had just kicked him instead of doing backflips and slapping his lightsaber on the floor, for 20 minutes, son.
Joe, are you suggesting?
Notoriously showboats, but
Joe, are you suggesting that we don't need flips? We don't need all that crap. Just do the other.
not when a man's dangling in a big hole. Like, you've already won. Like, why are you showboating?
Yeah.
Because he's a Sith. That's okay. Listen, man.
Notoriously dramatic. Yeah, people. Yeah.
Dramatic people.
Or the Amdram.
Well, before we actually do what we're gonna do, see, this is what look. Anyone that's ever podcasted with me, if they're not like us, it probably has never come back or wouldn't come back because we're like, God, this dude never got to the point. Like we never, right? Because we all just enjoy talking about stuff, and it is what it is. I want to get into a little bit of trivia here. The first Christmas episode of this little podcast was in 2020, the year we started. It was me and Troy. We did the Christmas vacation watch along.
Yes, we
So
did.
that was quite fun. 2021, we did Home Alone. 2022, we did the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, followed by Trading Places, which we consider to be the official Christmas. And then in 2023, we did Gremlins. It was me and Chris that did Gremlins. And then for this year, it's this one right here. But to be fair, Phil and I have already done Batman Returns and Scrooge back to back. So we kind of consider December to be the Christmas month.
We've also done Iron Man 3 that is in in there. Also a Christmas movie.
Yep.
Also the best Iron Man movie. I will accept no argument.
Fantastic.
I mean, it's better than the second one. I'll give you that.
It is better
I
than the
want
second
my
one.
bird.
Yes.
What's my bird?
The second one has the same problem as the Phantom Menace, where you're just watching a court case for the majority of the time.
It's bad when you know but right the second after you make your point, you have to quantify your point. You have to say, and by the way, I'm dying on this hill. You know what I mean?
Listen, I will accept no debates on this. It is the best Iron Man movie. Rest in peace to Gary Shandling. That was probably the best thing about Iron Man 2 is Gary Shandling. And of course, briefcase armor, because never gets old.
Always great. You kidding me? Well, kids, let's do what we came here for here today. We're going to watch along on this here little movie called Die Hard. Now, we are watching on the Disney Plus app. Chris is joining us on Amazon Prime. Now, we'll try to sync up here, guys. I'm on the black screen at 0. That's all I can tell you. And the first thing that I will see is the 20th Century Fox logo is the first thing I'm going to see. So if you have anything before that logo, get to black before 20th Century Fox and we'll all be timed up. But we should all be in the same place, I think.
I'm on 0-0, and the first thing that comes in is the 20th Century Fox drums.
Okay. So, kids, as we go, we will drop markers. And, guys, of course, you feel free to move around, do what you want to do. But, yeah, everybody's the cool thing about the watch along, not a lot of homework. That I enjoy that. Number 2, we can just kind of let it roll and see where it takes us. So, again, kids, we're at 0, and we are ready to roll. And if everybody's ready, we're going to hit this sucker, and we're going to do the Lethal Weapon countdown. It's 1, 2, go on 3. Not 1, 2, 3, then go. Okay? So go on 3. 1, 2, go on 3. All right. Troy has the closing credits. He's already done. I couldn't help myself.
Great film. I really enjoyed that.
I was expecting more robots. But...
Couldn't help myself. I remember to turn my closed captioning on this time. I'm proud of myself.
I accidentally set them to extra large, so it's like half the screen right now. I'm going to that at some point.
John McTiernan film, kids, if you're following along, hopefully you are. The airplane just touched down, and now we're seeing his hand, and the camera's panning up. Boom. I know that guy was in Ernest Saves Christmas. Don't anybody laugh at that. I heard the chuckling.
I mean, it's no Ernest Scared Stupid, but it's okay.
It's not, but it's a good movie.
No, the best Halloween movie, of course. Ernest Scared Stupid. I don't know if this is just I've listened to Kendrick Lamar way too much, but every time I hear an airplane landing, I immediately start thinking women, weed, and weather. Women, weed, and weather.
Yeah.
You know what I think? Back in the USSR. I can't help it. By the way, that little story he gets told about taking your socks and shoes off, you guys have been in the air before. Have you ever tried that for a jet lag thing, or is that just crap?
No.
I don't know. I rarely get on a plane because I'm terrified of them. So.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I stopped flying years ago.
I'm scared of heights. If I have Dramamine in my system, I'm good because I get motion sickness too. But otherwise, I'm a basket case.
When I first started at the company I work at, I traveled pretty much, I don't know, like 300 days a year. So I got so used to flying, I could pretty much pass out on a plane as soon as it takes off. But I did try this just because of this movie, and I don't think it makes any effect. I'm going to say it's a...
No, if you're taking your shoes and socks off on a plane and walking about, I'm having words with you.
Yeah.
I think he's saying you're supposed to do it when you get back to your hotel room.
Oh,
Right.
well,
Wow.
I would assume that, but taking your socks off in a hotel room, that's even worse somehow.
I mean, you're already having to go through, well, when I was traveling, you had to go through the airport with your shoes off anyway, so everyone's already out here free flowing with their flip-flops
Free
and
footing.
such.
Free footing.
At the Atlanta airport, they have this new thing that just scans through your shoes now, so you don't have to do that anymore.
Wow.
I had to do the standing in the thing that photographs you through your clothes in the nude because I forgot to take an empty sweet wrapper out of my pocket. That was full of explosives, apparently. Yeah.
I had one key in my pocket when we got to Chicago. One key in my pocket, and I kept setting it off. And I'm like, "What is going on?" And then they did the thing, and they said, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh crap, sorry." Like I completely forgot it was there.
Oh, this guy.
This guy, sleazebag.
It's kind of terrible that this company planned their Christmas party on Christmas Eve, if we're being honest here, right? Like,
Yeah.
they expected their employees to come in on Christmas Eve and then stay late for this Christmas party. You know, if you try to go home early, like, you're not getting a promotion. They're going to talk bad about you.
And at no point does anyone try and photocopy their ass either. Like, terrible.
What kind of Christmas party is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. This guy plays a part later too. Anybody got his name? I'm looking. I think that's Hart Bachman. Is that Harry Ellis? Is that who that is?
No.
A sleazy Nakatomi executive.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I just went back to my Twitter account to close something, and I immediately saw Kevin Owens walking around in a Canadian tuxedo. Sorry, not a Canadian tuxedo. That's the jean. With the tuxedo shirt on, with the sleeves cut off, with the winged eagle draped over his shoulder. Greatest man in wrestling. Kevin Owens is amazing. He also dropped the line of saying he has the best moveset in wrestling, which I wonder why he said that.
Oh dear.
That turnaround moonsault that he hits every once in a while just looks phenomenal for a guy his size. It's still insane to me every time he does it. It doesn't happen that often anymore, but like if you go back and watch those Cena matches, he hit all of those. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with Die Hard, but the movie would be more interesting if Kevin Owens was in it. For sure.
Listen, man. Wherever Kevin Owens is doing this press conference, I hope he has a good Christmas, man.
See, we're full of Christmas cheer here on the show. So we just got our first shot of Bonnie Bedelia. That is John's. Did we establish estranged wife? I guess.
Yeah, this is him trying to like make amends. This is the last attempt of the.
Right, because he's still living in Chicago. She moved out to California to work. Right, that's the whole setup of this. Because when we get to Die Hard 3, I'm pretty sure that all takes place in Chicago. Right.
No, 3's in New York.
Is it New York? Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just know that it's across the country from California, so the wedding it didn't work out after Die Hard 2, apparently.
Getting our first look at Argyle. This is Devereaux White as Argyle. Started his career as a child actor in the late 70s. Best known for his role in this movie. He's great in this movie, too. By the way, Nakatomi Plaza is the headquarters of 20th Century Studios. So the studio could use one of its own buildings. It didn't have to hold back on stunts and action sequences.
No budget. It was just like, well, it's ours. We own it. We don't have to pay to hire out a block.
Yeah, we don't care. Toss a guy off the top. It'll be fine.
So he lives in New York. It just said, "Oh, so you still live in New York?"
Mm. And this. I think the answer is yes. This was his breakout, right? There was nothing before Die Hard, I don't think.
It was Moonlighting,
Moonlighting.
and
I mean that, yeah,
Moonlighting.
but
this
in
came
terms
up
of
for,
films,
as an action hero. Yeah.
Who knew? Dude, I was a fan of I'm of that age. I was a fan of Moonlighting. I enjoyed that shit. So
Yeah. That whole exchange at that time period is people like, oh, this is a cab driver. Now this is a Uber driver that you cannot get to stop talking, man. Like, listen,
Yeah.
just get me to my destination. It's cool, man. Like, I don't.
I was just thinking the same thing because I always sit up front when I get an Uber. So it's kind of a similar. I'm having a similar John McClane moment right now.
we shared Phil that night. We shared an Uber from the theater to the restaurant. I think all four of us had to get the back of that car because the dude wouldn't let anybody in his front seat.
Yeah.
I think. If I remember right.
Squished up in the back like sardines.
Yeah.
Catching an Uber in Atlanta is always interesting because you may only be able to sit in their front seat depending on the time of day you're trying to catch. You're trying to catch something at 2 a.m.
Little fun bit about Steven D'Souza. Also wrote the screenplay for Street Fighter, the Jean-Claude Van Damme cocaine-fueled monstrosity, Judge Dredd, and the Lara Croft film as well.
What a resume.
Yeah,
and Commando.
Yeah, and Commando.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that Street Fighter had a writer, but yeah, apparently it did.
There's we just got a listen, of course, of Run DMC's Christmas song. That's in my rotation every year at Christmas too.
Christmas and Hollis, yeah.
Bruce with that look, like he has those Eastwood eyebrows. They're kind of, you know what I mean, like very expression.
Mm-hmm.
Not Eastwood. Who am I thinking of? James Dean, like that very expression look.
That's probably the only time he's ever been compared to James Dean.
Well, he just got that, where he's squinting and stuff, and his eyebrows are kind of. By the way, man, all the best, Bruce Willis. We got to say that too before we get too deep here, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Very sad. Very sad to see what's going on with him. Hopefully, his family and everything is in good spirits coming into the holiday season.
Yeah. Shame.
Have you guys ever heard his blues band that he does?
Yeah.
No?
Off and on, yeah.
Yeah, he plays harmonica. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, he does.
Nice.
I believe he had a UK top 10 hit with Under the Boardwalk in the early 90s, I want to say. Yeah.
The blues band is nothing like that song, but that song is
no, but
especially the music video for that song.
Oh, man. Like, now because Street Fighter was brought up, I'm immediately thinking of the music video from that movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme dancing in it with MC Hammer and Deion Sanders. And now I can't unlock this memory of the Bruce Willis video because now Straight to My Feet is stuck in my head. So that's where we're at.
I'm only thinking of the one that I know for sure, and it was the first song that he released that made it commercially. Express Yourself. Respect Yourself. What was it?
Pass.
I don't know, because now I'm thinking of Steven Seagal's blues jazz combo as well.
Oh, God. Why? Why would you do that?
It's leading me down a dark path in my brain.
We're supposed to be festive, jolly.
Have you guys ever seen his reggae video?
Oh, no, it's awful. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
All right.
Oh, man.
If we do hit a time marker at some point, I'm gonna have to look that up because I
Respect Yourself.
Steven Seagal reggae music is out there somewhere, guys.
The Bruce Willis song was Respect Yourself. See, I remember.
Okay.
We've got the symphony up top. McClane is on the party floor looking around, sizing the place up. We noted that he noted the security cams. This guy's a cop, so he's aware of his surroundings. That'll come into play throughout the film. He just put the drink on the platter and he's still looking around. So there's your time marker, kids.
He's not impressed at all by whatever that fruit punch drink was.
Again. It's not a fun party, is it? It's not Fozziewig's party in the rubber chicken factory, is it?
Not at all. No. Not at all. We got to do that one next year. I'm here for that.
I mean, to be fair, none of these people want to be here. They had to work on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's true.
To a party.
I got to hang out with these people too. Oh, man.
They have to go home and wrap presents and pretend to be Santa Claus and stuff later. You know what I mean? Like, what a day.
That's another a little more on that later. There's still some floors under construction. Are there now?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Did any of you guys ever play the NES Die Hard game? It has
I had Die Hard Trilogy and Die Hard Vendetta. But no, not the NES one.
The NES Die Hard game has a foot meter because it has like the glass element. So like as you walk across it, you have to keep up with your feet health meter. It's pretty,
no way.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not a great game, but if you're a fan of the film, it's probably worth a little play.
Nice.
This is I can't get this guy's name in front of me for some reason. Oh.
Sleazy Salesman.
Oh no, we got him.
Oh, okay.
The boss. James Shigeta as Takagi.
Shingo Takagi?
Shingo Takagi. This guy, man. He's giving me Derek vibes from Ted Lasso. I got my first reference in, Chris. You happy?
We knew it was coming.
Cocaine fueled Derek. I'm just saying.
I'm surprised you didn't find a way to get one of these robotic Santas that they just showed in the background that just talks about your podcast, Ted Lasso.
I wouldn't do something like that, robotic Santa.
Is it too late to add it to my wish list?
Right. I got 7 days. He can get here in time. It's Santa. He can do anything. Time travel. He can fly around a room and spin it backwards so Lois doesn't die. Wait, that's not Santa.
So while I was loading into this, that Red One movie Christmas film, has anyone watched that yet? Because it is.
Oh God, no.
I'm getting so many ads for that thing.
I heard it was not pleasant.
Which one?
I think it's called Red One. It's got the
Dwayne
The Rock.
Yeah. I keep seeing ads for it. I heard it wasn't good, but I don't know.
It's got Jonah Jameson in it.
Yeah, and Chris Evans.
Can we agree that I think maybe The Rock's shine has perhaps faded
Diminished.
quite a bit? Yeah, over
Quite
the past
quickly.
several years. Yeah.
Well, when you constantly get put in terrible movies.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I think he had a hand in it too. Like that stuff he did with Black Adam wasn't.
Black Adam is not a bad movie. It just kind of feels pointless by the end. But it's not a bad movie.
He should stick to what he does best, being in a safari suit in the jungle.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan is great in that movie, by the way. It's Dr. Fate.
Awesome.
I almost wish we got a prequel with just Dr. Fate after that movie.
Yeah.
I never saw it. My love for comic movies had waned by then because they pumped out so many that I was like, I just can't do it.
Yeah, it's a great prequel for a Justice Society movie that never happens.
So in other words, I don't need to see it.
That's why I said it. It's by the end, it feels pointless because none of this stuff is going to actually happen. So hey, great, but it's not a bad movie. Just a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Have you watched The Franchise? It's Amanda Iannucci thing about it's a series. It's a fictional Marvel style universe thing where they're just churning these films out.
I have not. No, I know what you're talking about.
It's pretty good. Richard E. Grant's in it as a sweary Britishman, as per the rules. But it has that thing of, yeah, everyone's just tired of these films now because we've churned out 5-6 of them a year.
Well,
yeah, I mean, years ago, I called that it was going to go the way of the Western to some extent. Because if you remember the rise of like the 60s and 70s Westerns and how many of those they pumped out, it's kind of the same thing.
I'm still here for them. I'm sorry. I'm not here for every one of them, but I love it. I hope it never completely
Still
dies
get
out.
excited. Yeah.
Because we, you know, for most of my lifetime, we had zero. So, like, we had that Superman movie that we had to be happy with for about 12 years until Batman 89 came along. 11 years, whatever the number is. And then a whole bunch of nothing, and then some finally Marvel. But, like, yeah.
How dare you? We had a Captain America with the big rubber wings on his helmet. That was good.
The rubber ears. Did you know the ears and the mask are rubber too?
Hang on, didn't you
That were over his actual ears.
How
Didn't
dare
you have a Punisher with Dolph Lundgren in as well?
There was a few Punishers, yeah.
Dolph Lundgren naked in the sewer as Punisher. That's all I can tell you. It's bad. Like it's classic bad. It's cult bad, but it's bad.
We had the Tom and Fantastic Four as well.
Yep.
Oh God.
With the German Doctor Doom, I think.
It was purely written as a tax write-off. Yeah,
sure.
It's fine.
By the way, kids, to remind everybody where we are, the bad guys have infiltrated Nakatomi Plaza. We are now seeing Alexander Goodenough, who was like a ballet dancer.
It's just a majestic head of hair.
I know, right? Gorgeous.
He's kind of got the Stone Cold thing going though, and it was stunning Steve Austin, where it's like
stunning Steve Austin.
Yeah.
He just shot Robert Goulet.
Just before his Cajun Christmas.
Alexander Goodenough was also. By the way, the great Alan Rickman. Oh, gone way too soon.
Rest in peace, Alan Rickman. What an actor.
Man.
Fantastic.
Tremendous. Absolutely tremendous.
Because a spoon is dull, you idiot, it would hurt more.
Yeah. There's several Alan Rickman lines that I think about all the time. Your father was a swine. I think about that all the time.
The line in Robin Hood when he said, what was it, two of the girls be in his room or something? All that was improvised, I think, the whole bit. Either that or someone gave it to him and he used it in the moment. Like a crew member had an idea and he just used it.
You be there at 8, you be there at 8:10. Bring a friend.
Yeah. Yes. That's it. Bring a friend. Bring a friend. Bring two friends.
By the way, guys, can we agree he's the perfect villain in this movie? Absolutely perfect.
100%.
I mean, he makes the movie to me, honestly. He's kind of hilarious as a bad guy. Especially when we get to this office scene coming up here at the Christmas party and the salesman's trying to negotiate with him. It's pretty great.
It's Clarence Gilliard Jr. as Theo, the man behind the computer. That dude went on to do Walker, Texas Ranger.
How about I never realized his name was Theo in this movie?
Me neither.
I was going to say, I don't think he's ever mentioned, is it? He's just tech guy.
All I knew about him in Texas Ranger was that in the state of Texas, they train all their Texas Rangers with Kung Fu because they're all throwing like Jason Statham roundhouse kicks in that state.
So funny enough, like at the beginning of Texas Ranger, because I've watched all of Texas Ranger, he is an ex-NFL football player that gets injured and becomes a Texas Ranger. So he actually doesn't know karate to start out with. He gets trained by Walker. So as it progresses, he becomes more and more adept with his karate.
And his action trousers get tighter and tighter.
Yeah, that's Chuck Norris action jeans or whatever.
Yeah.
Stretch fabric in the crotch so they don't rip.
Have you ever Tom,
you want a roundhouse kick
poster? The like there was like Chuck Norris action jeans. They used to put him in like the middle of martial arts magazines.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It would show him throwing a side kick yeah.
You think someone wants a roundhouse kick while you're wearing these bad boys? Forget about it. Yeah.
The craziest thing about Walker is they have at least one explosion per episode. So it's like, what was the budget per episode on that show?
Big budget.
Or they just use the same explosion, but just reverse the angle every time. You know what I mean?
And like the craziest episodes is when they do like the anytime it's like a Native American episode or Indigenous American episode where they go like back in time. Those are the episodes to really check out of Walker Texas Ranger. They get really wild.
Sounds like a fever dream.
I don't think I want to know why. By the way, do we know? Listen, Troy, you maybe know this. Do we know the science behind taking a chainsaw through live electric wiring? Is this a good idea?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Because I assumed it was. I don't know why I went to you, but whoever I got. So.
I moonlight as an electrician.
That's what it is.
Is he wearing insulated gloves?
Well, there you go. Well, it's fine then. So
all Germans are insulated. It's fine.
Oh, that's a deep joke right there. I'm going to leave that alone. Woo! I'm leaving that alone. My. They're on the elevator and stuff's about to get real. Here they come out. Look at them creeping out real careful. Like it matters at this point. Just bust out. Who cares?
So to be fair to the guy cutting the power cables with the chainsaw, they did shut down the power, right? Like I
think that was all the phone lines
and the escalator and everything. So maybe shut down.
They're still live. There's still a small current that flows through them, but.
All right. Well, I don't need to justify it. Insulated gloves, I guess, was the better answer.
No, I should have threw it to you. Chris had the knowledge. Oh, we got our first topless scene, first and only of the movie.
Boy.
Gratuitous Christmas breast for you kids out there. There you go.
It's also literally the only people having fun at this Christmas party.
Yeah. I love that each of us have a different thing happening. Chris is still hung up on, they're making him do this on Christmas Eve. I love that. It never even occurred to me, but you're right. Yeah.
Gratuitous Christmas breast sounds like an Elvira Christmas album.
Oh, God bless Elvira. That's all I can say.
Have you guys done the Elvira movie? We should do that at some point.
So McClane, because he knows what's up, is in an unfinished part of the building. And we should mention he has no socks and shoes on because he tried that jet lag routine on the carpet.
It's that guy on the plane's fault for this.
Yeah.
That's why he's got Brooke up feet by the end of the film.
Yeah.
He was weirdly having a wash in Holly's bathroom, like full kitted out bathroom that's in her office.
Yeah.
Because the 80s.
Sure.
We'll go with
that.
Yeah.
How much money is she making it? I mean, she's pretty high up in this company, right? So, no surprise that she left New York with your cop salary to go work at this job.
Go and hang out with sleazy cocaine Dennis, and
yes,
because there's just no room on the LAPD for McClane. It's that,
and yeah, Hans Gruber, by the way, we never said Rickman's character. This is Hans Gruber reading from a book. He just closed it. Where is Mr. Takagi? There's your marker, kids.
Hans.
You see Takagi? Takagi's like, come on, let's go. Like, he's ready to go up there.
You want some?
Yeah,
that bit from Wayne's World 2. Okay, but we must continue we'll continue dubbed rather than subtitled.
Oh, dude, he's got cocaine sweats right now. Are you kidding? He's like teetering. He's like, can't stay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing they're giving us the entire education of this character because it means so much to the rest of this movie.
Yeah.
It's like watching Star Wars Episode 1 before the politics.
Yeah.
Because it means so much for the rest of the franchise.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I guess it's a good way to just have Alan Rickman cut a monologue, so can't complain too hard.
I like those old IBM computers sitting around. That's pretty cool.
Oh, with the big fat backs.
Yeah. Hey, when I was in high school, we had the black screen. That's all I'm saying. It took a little bit before we got there.
With DOS, and you had those like actual floppy disks that were actually floppy.
Actual
I remember
floppy
them,
disks.
Yeah,
the
the
big ones.
3.5 inch ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, what a time.
Before they took the floppy that was this big and shrunk them to a hard case.
The hard one.
Yeah, we had that.
In fact.
Coolest thing I'd ever seen. Didn't know what it was doing, but you
Like
know.
one of these.
There you go. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Wow.
There's that horrible thing that I read. Someone just said, "Why have you 3D printed a save icon?" And I'm like, "Oh God, may as well just be dust at this point, isn't it?"
Oh, that's great.
I recently read a very interesting, like kind of bio about Roller Coaster Tycoon, and that being all programmed in assembly on one of these old computers for memory reasons, basically. But that's a very complex language to write that kind of game in. So if you're into Roller Coaster Tycoon, I recommend you checking that stuff out. Because it's basically that language is so like just to make a computer say like "Hello World," it's like 40 lines of code.
Wow.
So when you think about that in the scope of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
I had a friend at the time who was really into that in high school, and he gave me a notebook sheet of paper that like that many lines of commands that you could enter in, and once you were done, it made a screensaver on the screen, and it was just like it looked like asteroids or something, but it took like all those lines to make it happen.
It's crazy.
But I'm like, hey y'all, watch what I'm gonna do. It'll take about 30 minutes. Hold on.
30 minutes.
Yeah. I like he's complimenting his suit.
So this security system on the vault with these
there you
time locks,
He's
right?
just name dropped him as Theo.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
My associate Theo.
By the way, Chris, you're the tech guy here. You're the IT guy. So what do you think about this?
It's not overly, so they don't spend too much time on it. There's other movies that are way more annoying with that kind of thing. And they kind of always show it from over Theo's shoulder.
Yeah.
So you don't get like the Jurassic Park moment where it makes absolutely no sense.
But we do get that classic as the text comes across the screen.
Yeah.
Which they still do in films now when they're giving locations of planets or whatever. Or
So
like
nothing works like that, surely.
yeah, it clicks on your phone, but you turn it off unless you're a psychopath.
We not love it in movies is when like they're whatever computer system the bad guys or good guys are using, it'll say warning in big block letters across the screen. You're like, I've never seen anything in my life that would do that. Warning, intruder. And you're like, what? What is this?
What kind of terrorists are you?
It's actually a decent question. It's more of a robbery than an act of terrorism.
Well, the robbery's under the guise of terrorists, isn't it? That's the yeah. What is that? A bridge for ants?
John's on the floor, going around the corner of the table, trying to see into the meeting room, and things are about to go very bad for the gentleman that is being questioned. Yeah. Shingo Takagi. No. Just Takagi. He ain't giving it up. You know what I mean? I ain't giving you nothing. Take your gun out. I don't care. Point it at me. I don't care.
It's kind of a bad choice for him, though, because
they're
going to pretty much open the safe anyways.
Yeah. Missed it.
Such a great line. Such a good line. It's a very nice suit. I'd be ashamed to ruin it.
That will not be a fool. I apologize for attempting to do an accent. Sometimes it just happens, and it's really terrible most of the time.
I can't believe that we made it through this Spinal Tap without doing or.
Yeah, we were quoting the movie, and I'm like, I'm not even good at it. Oh, snap.
Whoa.
Boy,
that was vicious, man.
Ta-da.
Dispose of that.
I like he took the silencer off his gun.
Yeah.
I guess to just make the crowd aware that they're willing to shoot people.
Man, how did I not know this guy's name was Theo? Because nothing says 80s like a guy named Theo in a sweater.
The
Well
computer
done.
hacker.
Yeah, and anytime someone says Theo, I just see Theo from the Cosby Show.
You just want to say Huxtable after it straight away.
Malcolm from Malcolm and Eddie.
Listen, when Gruber says you can break the code, the answer is yeah. Hmm?
Yep.
Because like
definitely.
if you can't, you better figure it out. Yeah.
Do you see what happened to that guy then?
Yeah. It's like Vader force choking a dude to death and then going, "All right, you're the commander now." Yes, sir, I got you. No problem.
Argyle. Just having a little party on his own with that teddy bear.
Do we know why the pipes are just spitting steam for no good reason? What is the story here?
Ambiance.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same as in Galaxy Quest. Why is the engine room full of things that just bite and fire stuff out? Like, just because.
It's a very good question, though, because it's just a basic office building, and they're in California, so you can't even be like, it's a furnace. It really makes no sense.
Are they shoveling coal down there? What's going on? You know, it's steam powered. The office is steam powered. They're saving all kinds of money.
Doing that spinny round Irish dance, we know someone's up. That's for sure.
Man, that
Nakatomi
symbol looks like something out of Star Trek.
I could see that, yeah, for sure.
Get out the t-shirt, see how many people recognize it.
Yeah.
The seventh seal.
Ooh. Devil's behind that door. Don't open it. John talking to himself is great. Little block of time where we didn't see him there. Like, oh, pull the fire alarm. Yep. That dude on the mic, the walkie, I believe, is Andreas Wieniszewski. Wieniszewski. It's Tony. That's Tony.
Big Tony. 9.
Big Tony, like from the Grand Theft Auto series.
Yeah.
We will say that this crew is very smart and well prepared, because as soon as this alarm goes off, he's like, call the police, tell them the guard's name, give them the security code, the building name, and cancel the alarm.
Mm-hmm.
The trucks are not coming, and John's not happy. There's your update.
John is fuming.
Yeah.
Here he
I
comes.
think this,
It's the dancing man.
This is John's first kill, isn't it? First kill of the movie.
He's got some Chuck Norris action trousers on this lad, hasn't he?
I'm saying.
Tight across the matty, isn't it?
He's ready to throw some kicks, man.
He looks like he's about to go to a yoga class. Like, to be honest.
He's very flexible.
All right, man, look, he cut all the lights on to get the mood correct in there. You know, namaste.
He looks like he has one of those A-team rifles. You see how all the A-team rifles were exactly the same every episode? I think the clip was silver, I think. Very uniform A-team rifle. I'm not a gun guy, can you tell?
That's like Uzis in the 90s. People were like, there's got to be an Uzi in every film. Every action film has to have at least 6 Uzis.
Because you had to be able to hold it in one hand, because it's like spray the room. I want to say this guy name is Sven, but I don't know.
Oh, you're going to get it now, Jeffrey Dahmer.
He does kind of have that thing going, doesn't he?
Very much.
Not really.
I mean, he's a policeman out of jurisdiction during a terrorist situation. I don't think the rules apply.
Pretty much just got carte blanche.
Also, this takes place in LA. During this time period, the police weren't really known for their politeness.
Yeah.
Fair.
And you will fix the drywall.
Down the stairs.
Oof.
Yeah, you know what sucks if you were the construction team that was getting paid to work on this building? By the end of it, you don't have a job anymore. Like,
if you're not careful, we'll get into that clerk's discussion about the contractors hired to work on the Death Star and how they had nothing to do with what happened.
It's like a full circle, though, because Alan Rickman's in Dogma, right? So,
Well done. Well done.
Yep.
Yeah.
which they're doing in Dogma 2, apparently.
Oh,
how
why?
I feel about that.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the rights have been tied up for years, and Kevin Smith couldn't get his hands on them, and they have just now finally reverted. But they've been locked up for years.
Yeah,
so.
you could have let him have him, Kevin Smith. It's all right. You didn't need him back.
Has a lot to do with the whole Harvey Weinstein Miramax.
That's it.
A lot of the rights to Kevin Smith's movies, I would assume.
Yeah, and I think the story goes that the rights, when all that went down, it was like within a week of each other that Kevin was going to get the right. It was that quick, and then he lost them for that entire period of time.
I know after all that went down, he donated all of his royalties from those Miramax films, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. Shoes don't
9
fit.
million terrorists in the world, and I've got to pick one with feet smaller than my sister.
We're going to talk about some camel toe happening in this guy in his yoga pants. So we're 9,000. Oh, moose knuckle. Sorry. It's just the male appropriate
That's
term.
it, moose knuckle.
So in that NES game, there is sections of this too where you have to take the stairs sometimes and take the elevators sometimes between floors.
Okay.
So they actually do kind of stick to the film a little bit.
I'm going to have to hunt this game down now.
Yeah, I've actually more recently played that game than I've seen this movie, which is kind of funny. There's like 200 employees in here, and then they show the buffet spread that they have, and then again, it's like, that's terrible.
Who are you feeding with this?
There's no tiny sausages on sticks. There's no cues. Weak.
Weak sauce.
Although I like the fact that Gruber's just took it in. Like,
this company does seem like the kind of company that makes the employees bring the dishes. Like, oh, it's a potluck.
Yeah, like a potluck. Yeah.
And he wrote on the shirt, "Now I have a machine gun."
Someone at work had that as a Christmas jumper this year and wore it.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Great.
she's like, "Oh, it's John. That's exactly what he said he was going to do."
Yeah.
It would be great if they did make like a Metal Gear Solid type new Die Hard game. I would be really into that. Like if it kind of had the similar mechanics to Hitman as far as sneaking around and stuff, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I'd be all over that.
In the article for the 30th anniversary of the film, Bonnie Bedelia, playing John's wife, said the first thing she thinks of when someone mentions the movie is Rickman. The two became friends and had lunch together every day while shooting the movie. She expressed how lovely and gentle Rickman was in real life.
Oh, Fabio, phone call.
I like how he's writing down names on his arm. That's really awesome. Track of these guys.
Also, as well, heavily parodied, well, exactly parodied in the Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode. But instead of being German, they're Canadian, which is not as good, apparently.
Not as threatening, right? I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Didn't they recently make a show about the maple syrup gang? Like, I saw something about that. It's pretty funny. There's this group of people that were bootlegging maple syrup, like basically taking barrels of maple syrup, siphoning them, and then filling them back with water and returning them to the plant. And it was like something like $3 million or
it was
whatever.
A ridiculous amount of money. Yeah,
like the syrup was worth.
Canadian gold. Yeah.
Oh, second gratuitous holiday breasts.
Oh,
we just saw them.
Oh, and Bruce gives it a cheeky look.
Yeah.
He's only a man.
I'm saying.
Soon to be divorced guy. That checks out.
Yeah. Bruce Willis never tended to play very stable men who were married, with good marriages in movies.
I've just found Die Hard for the NES on eBay, and it's going for upwards of $170.
Oof.
So yeah, I won't be getting that anytime soon.
I mean, there's ways.
And
that actually might be in the Internet Archive, so you wouldn't have to feel guilty about grabbing that ROM.
Yeah.
If you're just super into not grabbing ROMs.
I prefer the physical copy, but when there's stuff that's that much,
You may as well give it a go, see if it's worth 100 and odd quid, though, isn't it? Really?
Exactly.
I'm gonna guess it's not.
Well, like used copies of this movie also are up in price right now because like when I searched, I had to sign up for the ad-free version of Amazon, which led me down the path of just searching for the film to see if I could just rent it or buy it straight out digitally. And then I was looking, and there's like used copies of this DVD or like the three put together DVD for, I don't know, it was like going for like $50 or $60. I'm like, okay, that's a holiday bump. And they're trying to get someone on. But that must be a closed-in box. Like for that particular game, that needs to be like a closed-in box graded copy for that price.
Oh, the box copies were $250 upwards.
It's ridiculous. It's exactly why I got out of game collecting because the prices started getting ridiculous.
That's exactly why I've kept a lot of mine.
By the way, this is Bruce Willis's favorite role has always been John McClane. And he got $5 million for this, which was unheard of at the time. And in 2007, he donated the undershirt to the Smithsonian Museum.
Oh wow!
Very cool.
So the gun the main baddie has, the main henchman guy has here, is always the gun that I would use in PvP and James Bond, the Goldeneye. It's like that same gun.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called because much like Tom, I'm not a super gun guy, but.
Well, the way he's shooting it, I'm going to guess it's a club.
Yeah, probably.
Oh!
I love this. The whole time she's like, this has to be her emergency. Here's the gunshots in the background. Still does not realize it's an emergency.
How much do you want, lady? Really?
Yeah.
You guys are really expecting a lot from the LA.
Here he is, your boy.
Yes.
Sergeant Powell. Yes. Sergeant Powell himself. Al Powell. How many times has Reginald Vell Johnson played a cop in his career? It's insane.
Typecast.
I mean, he really only had to play one because I'm sure he made so much money off Family Matters, even in syndication. Like you think about it, that show still gets shown in reruns.
You know how you have those weird moments of, I think I recall something, but I'm not sure. Wasn't there something he did as sort of a wink and a nod to this character in something else, or am I not remembering correctly? Phil, didn't we talk about him doing something that was like a wink and a nod to this and something else? I can't remember what it was now.
I don't remember, but of course, him and Family Matters, and people have for a long time have been saying that Family Matters exists in the same universe as Die Hard. He just moved to Chicago and had a family. Right.
I've heard that. I've read that.
Which is absolutely absurd. Because this guy in this movie, there's no way I believe that he wouldn't have shot Urkel immediately.
And then planted evidence on him.
And planted evidence on him. Did you say planted evidence on him? Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what cops do.
What cops do? What are we talking about?
Oh man, Wasp are coming for him now. He's furious.
Wasp.
Striper. I've got others. Hair metal bands.
Saxon.
Striper was a good one. That's a good reference. Good
Warrant.
Warrant. God. Great White. Right?
Yeah. Rat with 2 T's. Yeah.
Rat.
Yeah, rat with 2 T's. But why do we say that? Because there was a rat with 1 T? Is that what we mean?
When I was in high school, my friend's band, Lace Labor, they opened for Rat.
Wow.
And Rat brought out like 10 people to the show, and you used to have to sell tickets to play at the Masquerade here in Atlanta, and they had sold like 60 tickets, but Rat would not let them like go backstage or be anywhere near them. It was like this whole ordeal, and we're talking about there was only 2 original members of Rat at that point. So after they got done playing, they just like them and all of their fans just left. They were on stage. They're like, "These guys are assholes. Let's just leave." So so like it was just Rat with like 10 people playing.
Chris, hold on, Chris. Rat with 2 T's?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
no one appreciated my joke. Thanks for leaving me hanging. God, that was good.
What is it? What is it? Round and round? Isn't that
round and round? The only thing I could think of. There's another one. I don't remember the name of it. It did more than just one song. I'm just trying to be cheeky. I had that first album. I had it on cassette. Played the crap out of it.
You said Striper earlier. Striper's such a weird band because like the guitarist in that band is absolutely incredible, but then they have songs like "To Hell with the Devil."
Yeah.
It's just like the worst.
Well, they were Christian rock for most of their career, or supposedly. So
yeah, they would throw Bibles out into their audience. Like they used to talk about that on VH1's 80s.
I just want to see the
Bible is not a light book. That's a pretty heavy book.
Saying hardcover. It's got to be the hardcover.
It's got some heft to it.
It's got to be those
from hotels, though, couldn't you? That's cheap.
Yeah, it's got to be those little red ones they used to have, like the Gideon's ones.
The Gideon's ones, yeah.
Oh, you know the T-shirt gun at the wrestling shows, you know. You're shooting little Bibles and they're banging off people's heads and stuff.
Just the news broadcast of like them being sued for launching a Bible into someone's face with a Bible launcher.
Oh, here's my thing about. Go ahead.
That band just came through town here, but they're only touring acoustic, so I don't know what acoustic Striper sounds like, but I'm going to limb and say don't pay the $40 ticket cost on that.
You know, we did that Spinal Tap episode, and I think I was going to make this point and somehow lost it. You know, a band's been around forever when they're still touring. None of the original members are there. It's all other dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are young. And you're like, wait a minute, that dude's 51, that dude's 20. What am I looking at? Yeah.
Is it like the original member's son, or what's going on?
Yeah, he's just some guy. Yeah.
Just a guy. Oh, John, this is a daft idea. What are you doing?
It's a terrible idea. Yeah. I have a thing about heights. If I haven't never shared it, oh, see that? I can't even look at that, and it's.
Yeah,
I'm in no danger.
That's not nice to look at, though.
I'm in no danger, and I can't look at that. I'm not kidding. I've been made fun of for that relentlessly, and they're like, "It's TV. What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I can't look at it." Oh,
my wife can't do anything that's like a very confined space. Anytime someone's like stuck in a confined space, she's like, I can't watch this.
Oh wow. Good. It's not just me.
Your background coming up now, isn't it, Tom?
Yep.
Hold on. There he is.
Dinner.
Have you seen that in an ornament to put on your tree? They're fantastic.
Yeah, the little box with the foil in.
Yeah.
I just immediately think of Breakfast Club where he's telling the joke and falls through the ceiling.
Best line of the movie that we just heard? Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know what a TV dinner feels like. The hair is just tremendous. Look at all these dudes. This is like Nelson.
Head and shoulders endorsement.
Deep conditioning going on there, yeah.
It's like the I can't believe it's not butter commercial.
Oh, Fabio's gonna spot him.
Yep. You from Sweden? Yeah, for sure from Sweden. But you're wearing lederhosen.
Jürgen.
Why are you wearing lederhosen?
Yeah.
Love trading places.
Love it.
It's so good.
I do like that they make the bad guys in this movie semi-intelligent for an 80s, an 80s action film.
Well, it was they're just lumbering brutes, aren't they?
It's the first kind of one where, like, the hero is vulnerable. Because you had like Commando and stuff like that, where he was just an unstoppable killing machine.
Yeah. This guy's heavily outnumbered.
Yeah, and he's got no shoes on.
Yeah, that's the main point. Is there's no shoes.
So they're not just gonna run at him while he mows them down with.
Yeah. If he was in a pair of Doc Martens, I think this film would have been over about 10 minutes ago.
Fair point. Yeah, whenever they do the Rambo movies and stuff, it's like one man against an army. I'm like, have you seen the one man? Look at him. Like, he's doing pretty good.
First Rambo film, he only kills like 7 people. Rambo 2, he goes ham.
Makes up for that later on, though.
Oh, yeah.
Half the country,
The juxtaposition between the first Rambo film and the rest of the franchise is insane.
Yeah.
Like,
first one's dealing with post-traumatic guilt, and then he just goes, let's just kill everyone.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Now I can only think of that monologue in my head at the end where he's like, "To blow off Johnny's legs."
It's all right. We heard gunfire and a man saying like all this stuff happened, and we've just sent one guy.
Yeah, just Al.
Yeah, let's just send this one black guy that may or may not have a family. Let's not send anybody else. It'll be fine.
Well, hasn't he said his wife's pregnant when he got all them Twinkies for her?
Exactly. His wife. Listen, Harriet's at home, pregnant with Laura. Just send them out there like nothing's happening.
To be fair, the rest of the LAPD is busy beating up somebody right now.
I always thought this guy looks like Huey Lewis. I got 80s references aplenty today. Look at him. Huey, where's the rest of the news?
It looks like if Huey Lewis and Frasier had a child.
I will never look at Huey the same, by the way, without thinking about that We Are the World clip of Michael Jackson like stopping in his tracks when he starts singing like, whoa. Whoa. Wait a minute. You guys sure?
I just remember Bruce Springsteen kind of really over singing that song, and I'm like, there's a whole lot of other people here besides you, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's the boss, Tom. I've heard.
Well, that's what they say.
The boss.
That's the rumor.
The boss of me.
It's weird. It's like, I don't want to go off on a thing, but like the part of the world you grow up in is whether or not you're connected to somebody. Like, if you're in New Jersey, dude, he's your guy. There's no question he's your guy. And Billy Joel, New York, that's your guy. I have no connection to either guy. Like, I respect their work, but I'm like, I could do without it.
I mean, he doesn't have to be your guy. Most of Skid Row's from New Jersey. You could be more into them, or Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
Well, yeah.
Tom Waits. More recently, My Chemical Romance. Both the Way brothers are from there. There you go.
Ooh. Put the gun down, dude. Oh, too late. Bad guy talking about don't shoot. I'm scared. You know what I mean? Look at me scared. Please don't shoot me. I'll be like, shoot him. You need the gun, don't you? Shoot him.
He was biding time though, right? Like he knew his homie was behind him.
Of course. That's what I mean. If you're McClane, don't fall for that. Now he's going to shoot you through the table, John.
But he's a cop, Tom.
Isn't he wasting a lot of ammo, by the way? Where is he?
Who? McClane? He pulled 2 clips off the guy before, didn't he? So
no, the bad guy's wasting ammo.
Oh, yeah, but
get back on the floor. Oh, I see.
The clips that he pulled are for the machine gun, weren't they? Which he doesn't have.
Oh, okay. Fun fact: during that bit, Bruce Willis suffered 2/3 deafness in one ear from the blanks.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. In one of his ears, I think his left ear. Yep.
Permanently.
Yeah.
As if.
You're not meant to fire guns right next to your head.
Well, yeah, there's that.
From my understanding of it.
I'm sorry, I've never heard that. I didn't know that.
It's just what my one actual fact I know about this.
I got that little joke, Tom. Don't you worry.
Thank you.
I'm with you. I may have missed the rat with 2 T's one, but we're good.
He also shot that man in his jump.
God damn it, Jesus Christ.
Great scene. What? Another quotable line. Yes.
The party.
I use that GIF an awful lot.
He having fun in that car. He don't care. He's jamming out, man. He's fine.
I feel like if this movie was made like maybe 10 or 20 years later, that would be Chris Tucker.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you're probably right. Or Chris Rock.
Wait, are we in the Blues Brothers now? What's going on?
Small has everything.
I could definitely see Chris Tucker doing this, a la his character, like from Rush Hour. As the
Yeah.
cop. That would be hilarious.
William Atherton, if you needed a sleazeball dude in the 80s, this is the guy you hired.
That's your go-to guy. Remember seeing him first of all in Ghostbusters? It was just the worst.
Shut it down.
He still gets yelled at in the street about that, you know.
One of the greatest lines from that movie also. Is this true, sir? Yes, sir. It is true. This man has no dick.
Superb.
Oh, man.
The real question is Ghostbusters a Christmas movie?
Ooh, yes.
Well, of course. If you want it to be.
Exactly.
No Mogwais, man. Can't be.
See,
That's the rule.
I watched Watership Down at Christmas, so
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I watched it as a kid at Christmas.
Fair.
Explains a lot. Rabbit genocide, but
First interaction between McClane and Gruber kids.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. This is very kind of you.
Yeah. But he has
to the party.
He has yet to see him. That'll be important later.
Mm-hmm.
Gruber's not impressed with his cowboy nonsense.
Well, lucky for McClane, he found a pack of menthol, so he's going to be all right.
He's good.
It would have been funnier, like, if I was directing this movie, it would have been like a pack of Virginia Slims or something ridiculous.
That's it. Just light a cigarette while you're running around with a pack of C4. You plonker.
Yeah.
It requires a detonator. Also, as a cop, are you trained in explosives?
Good
Trained
call.
in everything, apparently, if you're John McClane.
Well, yeah.
Probably did.
Our Texas Rangers trained in Kung Fu. I think we figured that out.
Barefoot infiltration. Tick.
I have explained this.
Isn't that a Fallout Boy song?
It is not a Texas Rangers thing as much as it is a Walker thing.
I know, but you've ruined my fairy tale in my head of there being Kung Fu training in the state of Texas.
He smokes peyote and goes back in time and fights skinwalkers.
There's your line.
There's your line. Yippee-ki-yay, mother effer.
Yeah, listen, it's the same logic. Steve, after one or two movies was walking around with Sam, he's like, listen, we've got to teach you how to fight, man. Like, this cannot keep happening, man. You have got to learn how to fight. And so by the time he gives him the shield, like, listen, you're ready. You've been you've been in the trenches with me. I've taught you how to fight.
I can't wait. I'll get sidetracked. I can't wait for that new Captain America movie. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
but you got to give Sam Wilson that formula. Because you can drop Steve Rogers off a building and I'm okay with it. You can't drop Sam Wilson off a building. He will die. So, like, even if you say that suit's padded, he's dead.
He's dead.
Like,
That's fine. He's He's learned through ingenuity. We got the training montage and the Disney Plus show.
And
He's now Captain America by working very hard. It's like Batman. He's rich and he worked very hard, so that's why he's a superhero.
It's a montage. Yeah.
It's a montage.
But Batman don't. I was gonna say Batman don't fly around. He does, but he's in a plane. But then Batman jumps off buildings. All right, fine.
He jumps off buildings. He has a glider.
You ruined it.
He has that thing that he uses as a grappling hook that would rip a normal man's arm off, but it works.
You called him.
Uh-oh. They can hear Al talking. Gotta get off his channel, Al. Gotta get off his channel. They can hear you. Yep.
Apologies. I had to go see a man about a horse.
He's telling them everything.
Yeah, Gruber's speaking with such eloquence the whole time.
So Amazon's done something weird where it will not let me switch the size of the closed captions. So.
I love that we got a reference to another 80s action hero in this. He just dropped the Arnold Schwarzenegger line.
He did. Those are always fun. Aunt May telling Peter that he has to be careful and take it easy. He's not Superman.
Yeah.
Right? I like stuff like that.
That's it. I love it. State of that vest. That was white at the start of the film. It's
It
like
was.
a khaki green now.
It is, yeah. I'm gonna keep smoking cigarettes. That'll be great when I'm trying to run from the bad guys. I can't breathe.
We've got the black lung.
Let me get another one. Like, you think back in the day before we had science, people walking around like, why are you coughing? I don't know. And then no one knows what's going on. Like, did you hear Frank died? How old was he? 25. What killed him? I don't know. And they're all smoking.
There's something going around.
Yeah, must be the flu or something. I don't know.
Nah, just gotta keep smoking cigarettes. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Very early days of cigarettes with filters. The filters were made of asbestos as well. So double.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Double.
Well, we got the cop, Paul Gleason. The Paul Gleason, who's great. Everything he does.
Yeah.
Yes. 80s icon Paul Gleason.
Mhm.
Breakfast Club and numerous other things he was in at this time period. People do not know the inspiration for Principal Skinner.
Mess with a bull.
Get the horns.
Yep.
Or again, Trading Places. Shut up, or I'll rip your eyes out and piss on your brain.
That's it. Beaks. Clarence Beaks. Yeah.
Clarence Beaks.
I love when he's in the phone booth and he's the guy standing there. He's like, hold on. F off. And then goes right back to the call. Great.
I just love the fact that they gently mopped Al's head and now he's completely healed. All that blood's
that's
gone
it,
and
that's
everything.
It's like the
Yeah,
magic
he just
sponge
dabbed it a
shuffle.
few times. Like, it's all right.
Yeah. Gosh, man, look up his film credits, Gleason. My goodness. His credits are massive.
Quite the record, yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's been in everything.
So she's the vice president of this company, or
She's like high management, isn't she?
Yeah, she's like, you killed my boss, so now I'm in charge. Everyone's looking to me, right? So, which means I hate her because she's also involved with these people having to work on Christmas Eve. None of these people would be going through this if this company wasn't so money hungry. They made their employees work on Christmas Eve.
Well, they did close a big deal earlier that day, so they done business on Christmas Eve as well.
Which is why she's got a shiny new watch.
Hey man, come on. Money never sleeps.
And plus, gratuitous holiday breasts from earlier. I'm just saying, like, it's That had to happen somewhere.
She's just clocked the picture that she put down.
Yep.
Just got her and John on. Oi, there it is.
Da-da.
I love how characters are cool in the face of absolute murder. Gennaro. Like, just very... This guy at any moment could kill you, but let's all be awesome.
Cool as a cucumber.
And calm.
Well, she gave him her maiden name, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to figure out if it was McLean.
But because he hasn't seen McLean yet, even if he looked at the picture, there'd be no point of reference because he doesn't know what McLean looks like.
He would be able to put two and two together, though, because John McClane said his full name over the walkie-talkie, so he would know.
No, he didn't. He said he was called Roy.
Oh, did he? I thought he...
Yeah.
I thought that was
Roy
the whole
Rogers.
setup.
Roy Rogers. And
Okay,
he said earlier on, I see you're going by your maiden name now. And she's like, well, yeah, we're not together.
You know, Chris, to your point, had this party not happened, they would have broken in,
Yeah,
stolen
so
the
it would
loot,
have been an empty building.
took off.
It had just been someone on the front desk, and that would have been it.
But did
It's
they not
almost
need-
like they should have waited till tomorrow.
But they needed Takagi
Christmas.
for the login, which he didn't give them. So it's kind of a moot point at that. Yeah.
And they killed Takagi anyway.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So they could have just waited until Christmas to do this break-in,
yeah.
and it would have went a lot smoother for them.
Yeah, listen.
Once
maybe
again, stop forcing people to work on Christmas Eve. This just goes...
maybe we got this all wrong. Hans forced his people to work on Christmas Eve. You terrorists can't take the day off. Like, come on.
They need a better union.
Done. Well done.
We got the bats out here now. Things.
Well, I mean, if they just sent Batman, it would have been fine. And this was this 88 we said or 89?
88, I think.
88. They're a year short. It wouldn't have been Keaton. It would have been Adam West.
Pure
Climbing up
West.
Adam West climbing up the side of Nakatomi with the rope. Yeah.
Germans are people too, Robin.
Holy schnitzel, Batman. I don't know.
I've got my C4 repellent.
The Bat C4. Have you got the Bat C4, Robin?
What a different movie that would have been.
I'm telling you.
It's had a JD Scrubs moment over here with that.
I just want to hear, and that's the power of love right now. As he's standing there, you know what I mean? Kicks into the soundtrack.
I just watched Chopping Mall this week. So I don't know.
Watch what? Did you say
Chopping
Shopping mall.
Huh.
You wouldn't be.
So,
into it. It's
no,
on
yeah.
Netflix, so
No.
Teenagers get stuck in a mall while new security robots go haywire.
Ah. That makes sense.
It's short. It's the only thing I can say about it.
it's something.
Mercifully.
It's something.
So we got SWAT going through the bushes.
Hut.
Yeah.
Hut.
And that dude right there, let's give him props.
Yeah.
He's been in every 80s. He was a thug in every 80s movie. Ollie Leong.
Yep.
Al Leong, excuse me.
It's also in True Lies, correct?
I think so.
I'm
mean,
pretty
sure.
sure, yeah.
Because he's in every one of them. Good for him, man. Typecast. I don't know how his story ended or if he's still with us, but I hope he did well for himself. Because I mean, goodness knows he had enough credits to his name.
He is still alive. He is 72 years old.
Nice.
Wow.
Also, another weirdly licensed Nintendo video game, True Lies.
Really?
Yeah, they made a game out of that license.
I've got Terminator 2 Judgment Day for the NES and the first Batman, the Keaton Batman for the NES.
We've mentioned so many movies here today that's in the archives of this podcast. So many. Crazy. 5 years, you guys have something to record, man. 5 seasons. 5 years.
Also, when one of the SWAT team guys are running up about, I could say about a minute ago, he gets caught on a thorn bush and he goes, "Ow!"
Yeah.
It kind of shows like these cops are going to be useless to this situation.
I just remembered, just going back to Ao Leong, he was in Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Which was a couple of years prior to this, but the one thing I remember him from was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where he plays Genghis Khan.
Oh,
yes!
When did the Mongols rule China?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So I have never seen that film.
Man.
You've never seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
I have not.
That's not
so
excellent.
Good.
It is.
That's
it is
not
one
excellent.
that not for any reason. Like it's just never. It's never been on. I guess.
So good.
I sense a 6M watch along, Tom.
I'm down.
Well, there was an entire era defined by that movie.
Yeah, man.
I'm aware. I mean, I'm aware of the film. I kind of know what it's about, but I've never seen it.
You gotta watch
like
it.
80s hair metal. Then welcome to the party.
George Carlin. I'm just saying, like,
come on, man. The Saturday night morning cartoon that was based off of the movie.
One of my favorite moments of the entire movie was during the presentation. I won't ruin it for you. Where Napoleon's standing there and he's like showing him the game plan. He's like, I don't think it's gonna work. He's like, nope. And he just takes the thing and just destroys the table. Like he's so upset, but he's very calm about it.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, I need to watch that film now.
Yeah, same.
Oh, we're terrible at our jobs.
Yeah.
We could have shot the glass out and just dived through. It would have been faster.
Yeah.
We knew it wasn't going to be good when the guy was complaining about getting stuck with the road.
I always think whether that was like an outtake they cut in, like the stormtrooper banging his head, like.
Yeah.
Great.
You knew that guy was good at his job when he came down there and comfortably ate a Nestle's Crunch like nothing was happening. Like, it's fine. Just gonna enjoy this candy bar.
Of course, don't worry.
Nestle's Crunch is quite enjoyable. It puts you at ease.
I am a fan of the Crunch Bar, I will say.
It's
got the little ricey bites. It's good stuff.
Look, they got the tumbler on the way. Everything's going to be fine. That's Batman and the tumbler down there.
Yeah. This was before we wanted to defund the police. We got a tank.
Hey, Scheiter!
Schnell, put it here. Come on.
The most German. Like, what is this, man? The most stereotypical German thing to yell out.
Schnell.
Yeah, was it Flula Borg? Is that his name? Comic? He's German.
Oh, yeah.
Right? A lot of his stand-up is like, yeah, we are the bad guys. That's who we are. Like every movie, every TV show, like it's so good. His stuff, he's appeared on Conan. His bits are great.
Was it just like the Jakov Smirnoff comedian? Yeah, that just does Russian jokes.
Yeah.
Boy, there's the budget.
Yeah, you
that
don't.
That man has been in Branson, Missouri, on a residency for like 40 years.
Oh, has he really? Wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a whole bit about it on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there's an episode that takes place in Branson, and he's there. There's also Charo and a bunch of other people that just do random stuff in Branson.
There's an episode of King of the Hill where he's brought up when they go to Branson as well. It's where Connie joins the bluegrass band with Hank and Boomhauer.
Why
in Russia, you don't blow a building. Building blows you up or something.
That tank was 2 days from retirement.
Why didn't they smash the glass before? Why fire a rocket launcher through the glass that you're stood immediately in front of?
Because it's cooler.
Health and safety would have a field day if they were there and saw that.
Well, in theory, if you shoot,
I'm not in a union.
The rocket launcher would trigger as soon as it hit the glass, right? It's not going to go through the glass.
Yeah.
Bringeth me more rockets, yeah.
What is he concocting here?
Has this ever been done on Mythbusters?
What, the thing that he's constructing here?
Yeah,
that's.
I don't know, but next time I'm in an argument, I'm gonna call the guy jerkweed. That'll. It's not one you hear every day. It's like calling someone clown shoes. They don't know where to go from there.
Clown shoes. Love that. Joe, you use that all the time.
Yep.
Absolute clown shoes.
Marker kids. Warrant just busted in to tell Gruber, and Gruber just sat down, and there's smoke outside. There's your marker.
Warrant
busted in. Started singing Cherry Pie to everybody.
Do you remember those VH1 like I Love the 80s where they had like the lead singer of that band talking about how much he hated that song and how it like made him want to kill himself? It's like the most depressing.
Yikes.
What's his name? I think I know his name. Don't tell me. I have no reason to know his name.
Yeah, the rest of the album is super heavy metal. Like Uncle Tom's Cabin is a super heavy metal album, and the label's like it doesn't have a single, and they didn't want to record it, and the drummer just did this like really crappy fill, and then Cherry Pie came from it. So the guy's like super depressed that he's went the rest of his career having to sing Cherry Pie.
Remember Winger? Remember Winger? So Winger did an album in the 90s that nobody cared about because it was 90s, it was over, and it's great. And I don't even know why I got it, because I'm like, I never liked these guys before. He's too pretty for me, right? Man, it was really good, like solid. Yeah.
The only thing I know about Winger is it's like the kid that Beavis and Butthead won't let hang out with him. He has a Winger shirt. He has a Winger. They have like AC/DC at the top, but he's got Winger. It's so funny.
I've always thought the picture of Hans they showed on the news was hilarious because it makes him seem like the most peaceful, nice guy in the world. He's just a guy standing next to a coffee stand. He's got a nice head of hair. Like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, why is he the bad guy?
He's very well versed in other people's education. He used to be a college dean.
When making this film, cinematographer Jean de Bont got trapped in an elevator. This later gave him the inspiration for the opening scene of Speed, which he directed. All connected.
I will say, if anyone at home is going to try to buy this, don't buy the 4K version. It looks exactly the same. There's there's no discrepancy between this and just the standard Blu-ray.
Well, again, Die Hard sort of started the Die Hard on a boat, Die Hard on a, Under Siege, Die Hard on a bus. It's
Speed.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned the Die Hard on in a blank 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 that's been done for years after this.
Mm-hmm.
None of those are as good as Die Hard, though. Like,
no,
Under Siege is tremendous. It's not. It's terrible. What we having for lunch? What we having for lunch, Casey? Subs, and then the film ends. It's just like, what? Did you run out of money? What? Did Steven Seagal have to go and have a sit down and record some more reggae?
You got Cocaine Derek coming in the room. Hey, babe, come on.
This guy. Oh,
this is the Lex Luthor from 1978 Superman right here. You know what I mean?
What is that Steven Seagal film where like the DMX Steven Seagal film? It's not Romeo Must Die. It's the other one that DMX is like driving four-wheelers across building tops. What is that?
Is that the one where they're in jail?
Exit Wounds.
Exit Wounds. Yes. That's a great Seagal film. When DMX shows up at the car dealership and just drops like a duffel bag of money, I was like, that seems like something he's done in real life.
I would say so.
What a great acting career that DMX had. Very short-lived, but what a great acting career.
Both those films are good. Exit Wounds and Romeo Must Die. He was supposed to be the Crow, and they robbed Joe and I of a DMX starred The Crow.
Yep.
Wait, what a minute? What?
Wow.
Yeah, DMX was casted as the Crow, and like this would have been like 2002, 2003. There's actually a script out there for what that film would have been. We talk about it on the episode of the Tom's 6M podcast where we watched Along the Crow.
Yeah, wow! Did not know that, but what an acting career. Had several movies that I enjoy. Also for Christmas. Every year, I think about him singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, I post it every December. I've already posted it.
Right. Come on. Yeah.
This man just starts drumming on a table singing.
Yeah, and they took it and put music behind it. Yeah.
The documentary where he's doing it is incredibly sad, though.
Is it?
Yeah, the HBO documentary, which came out like I think the same year that he passed away. Very, very sad, man. It gets into like his personal life. He has a reunion with his son. Very sad, man.
They just the film crew just loses him at one point. He just disappears to go to the desert to just like pray. It's like it's a really, if you haven't seen it and you're a DMX fan, it's worth a watch. But it is kind of, it gets sad.
Yeah, it is. It is a good documentary. Very, very sad though, especially because he's already gone by the time it comes out. It's sad.
Let me put a smile back on your face. George Takei wanted to play Takagi, and John McTiernan, the director, wanted to cast him, but Takei's agent got things mixed up, and Takei was not happy.
Oh,
much different movie. Oh my, yeah.
I forgot to set myself offline, and someone just asked me if I wanted to play Marvel Rivals. I just like immediately. Thanks, Xbox. I'm good. I'm good on that.
So, John, babe, come on. What are we doing here? Let's figure this out. It's Cocaine Derek. I'm just gonna call him Cocaine Derek. That's it.
Sold him out.
Yeah. Come on. What are we doing? Telling you, it's Lex Luthor kissing up to General Zod. That's what this is. You know?
This guy didn't get it bad enough in this film. After this, I'm like, something terrible should have happened to him.
He wants Australia. Lex Luthor, ruler of Australia. Yeah. That's the best General Zod I've ever done. That wasn't bad.
Why do you say such things to me? You know I will destroy you for it.
You know I will kill you. Me? Lex Luthor? The greatest criminal mind of our time? Yeah.
Kill me? Lex Luthor? And extinguish the greatest criminal mind of our lifetime?
So while we're on the topic of Christmas, what is your most memorable present you got on Christmas? What is the one that you think of when you're like, for present I unwrapped?
The NES. It's one of the earliest ones I can remember, and I still own that same one.
Oh wow!
Probably.
Go ahead.
Probably either Sega Genesis or when Batman was the biggest thing in the world, and my parents just set all of the toys out. They weren't wrapped, and so it was like the mansion and everything with the cave and everything, Batmobile, like every Batman toy you could think of. What a spread!
Amazing.
Joe?
I don't know. I've never really wanted stuff nothing. I mean, I got a SNES one year. That's the only thing I ever actually asked for, and the rest of it was just stuff I got. I'm incredibly difficult to buy for, apparently, because I'll just buy my own stuff as an adult man.
Cocaine Derek has left the building.
Yep.
Oh, no.
For me, it's the Star Wars Death Star playset, which means that movie came out in 1977, so it had to have been at least 1980 or something.
Is it the cardboard one?
No.
Ooh.
This was the real plastic, and it had the actual garbage compactor, and it had little blue pieces of foam that were supposed to have been the garbage, and a little thing that you could push the wall in.
Yep.
Like that.
The UK only got the cardboard one that's worth a fortune, and we had it, and my mum sold it at a car boot for £2. Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep. It was very heavily played with, but yeah.
Funny enough, Phil and I have a very similar one, because if we're talking about the same Bat Mansion, the one that expanded open and it had the breakthrough glass at the top and the zip line.
It had the door that you opened up, and it had the bat suit in it, and you could put a figure in it and turn the top of it, and Batman came out.
Yeah, you had to have the Bruce Wayne figure in the Batman figure, because you got to put it on the side and spin it. Yeah, that one's up there for me too. That's probably, it's either that or the Super Nintendo with Street Fighter 2. I got the Super Nintendo and Street Fighter 2 one year, but those are the two that stand out in my mind as far as when I was a kid, big time Christmas gifts.
Nice.
We're getting Dwayne Robinson and Al Powell have a little heat here because Powell's smart. Robinson's not smart. I don't wish to kill any more people. Sorry, I said I wouldn't do it. I don't wish to kill any more people. And Cocaine Derek's still sitting there. Someone take care of that guy. Get him out of there. Usually the heavy would say something like, get him out of here. Yeah. Take him away. Wait, take him away.
Deal with this.
Yeah.
It was very clever of them not to do. It would have been very easy to do like Russian or North Korean terrorists being when this movie was released, and they chose
Libyans.
It's like no Germans.
The Libyans.
No, that's what they did in. Was it Back to the Future? When the bad guy were they Libyan
Libyans.
terrorists?
Yeah.
He called them the Libyans.
That's it.
He couldn't have just said it's. Yeah.
When was the first Back to the Future?
84, I want to say.
Seems too early,
Oh, really?
I think.
I only watched it the other day, but
We've done it here on the show. Phil, you and me did it. Phil
80,
instantly
85.
recall when it came out. 85.
Come on.
85. The year I was born.
Oh, man.
The year of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
There were too many other great things to happen in 85 for me to let you call it the year of Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
Well, 85 would have been the first WrestleMania, right?
Yes.
So 85 or 86? 85.
85.
Right? So, yeah, the year of Hogan.
Stop it. Didn't he just say not to do that?
Yeah. Macho
I'm still
Man was
thinking
always
of Tony Khan screaming, by the way. It's still planted right here.
You guys ready for Christmas?
When that one microphone went out and they just gave him another one and he just had both of them.
I love, and like he'll end it and he'll like, let's go. And he'll just calmly walk away.
Let's go.
He'll just turn and walk away, like very calmly.
Yeah. The last show I was at, he comes out and he's doing his usual. You guys happy with Dynamite? You guys ready for some collision tapings? And by then he goes, you guys going out tonight? I know you guys like that in Chicago.
God. We're going to go eat. Here's where I like to go. Like he sits out like 10 minutes. Like, dude, wrap it up.
I'm actually going to a collision taping here soon, and it's in Athens, Georgia. It's like where the University of Georgia is. But they built a new hockey arena that's going to be like an amateur hockey arena. So it'll be interesting to see because I think it's only like a 8,000 seat building. So be curious to see what that thing looks like. Because the last collision taping I went to here in Gwinnett, which is about 30 minutes outside of Atlanta, I think there was maybe like 2,000 people there. So,
wow. They are.
This guy.
Yes.
In fact, both of them.
Both of them. So I know the one guy, the one in the front, I can never remember his name, but his partner, Grand Bush is his name. Grand L. Bush. Because remember, wasn't he in Hollywood Shuffle? And God, he was in maybe not, but he's usually he was in a bunch of stuff during that time. Grand L. Bush. His name's always stayed with me.
So to go back to this, is this a Christmas movie? Someone spray painted Merry Christmas and didn't finish it on the side of that ventilation system. So there you go. Even they acknowledge.
Hey.
But there's no Mogwai, so they're wrong still.
That's his name. The Special Agent Johnson or whatever he's called. Robert Davi. That's the actor.
What is it?
Robert Davi or Davi. You know,
dude, that guy. The face of a villain, right?
He's in The Goonies, License to Kill,
Yep.
Raw Deal. Yeah. It's in The Expendables 3.
He was. Look up Grand Bush's stuff, man. My goodness, he had a lot of credits, man. By the way, this scene between Gruber and McClane, improvised. because they wanted it to feel more real.
Really?
Very cool.
Was this the first time they'd actually seen each other on set, or am I making that up?
No, but that would have been awesome.
Ah, okay.
I don't think it was, but I can't swear it. I don't have it in front of me that that's the case. It was unrehearsed, not improvised. Excuse me. It was unrehearsed.
Want to stay alive? Stay with me. That's in the game. Remember that little bit of dialogue?
His hair's combed itself.
Who? Pals?
I like that they never explain what an A7 scenario is.
Nah, you just meant to know.
It's the size of paper. It's either really big or really small, yeah.
It's like a stamp.
Here's a bit of trivia that no one here knows. No way you know this. It's odd. Bruce Willis and Demi Moore tied the knot at the Gold Nugget Hotel in Las Vegas during the shoot of this movie. Moore having recently broken her engagement to Emilio Estevez. Little Richard presided over the ceremony, and former Brat Pack member Ali Sheedy was a bridesmaid. Little Richard, man, that's awesome.
He was a reverend, wasn't he? Yeah.
Why is Ali Sheedy considered a former member of the Brat Pack? Did they break up?
Question. They broke up.
I've just realised where I recognise. Is it Grand Al Bush?
Yes.
The police guy. He played Balrog in the Street Fighter movie.
Oh.
Lots of Street Fighter tie-back-ins here.
A lot of Street Fighter references here.
We did cover it on Hallmark Greatness. A lot of cocaine talk.
Copious amounts of cocaine during the making of that movie. A lot of massages.
A lot of Jean-Claude Van Damme trapping Kylie Minogue in a hotel room for 3 days. Yep.
Apparently, the cast were getting massages constantly during the making of that film.
The terms copious amount only ever describes cocaine, I believe.
I believe it was like 30% of the budget went on gear. Yeah,
that checks out. I've seen that movie.
It's brilliant. It's not.
It's something.
There's one for you though. If you can get a copy of Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Oh, that's stinky.
Street Fighter, the movie, the game. What?
Yeah, it's Street Fighter 2, but they motion captured all the actors as the characters. Like Mortal Kombat, Pit Fighter, that sort of stuff, yeah.
If you're a fighting game fan, you'll like it because it has some weird things in it. Like you can do endless combos in that game.
Nice.
Like E Honda is pretty insane in that game as a character to play with.
100 hand slap.
And then who's the other? Not Ryu or Ken. Akuma. Akuma's character in that game is like pretty much unbeatable if you learn any of his moves.
So Gruber is pointing the gun at John. John's saying, well, Hans.
Put it down. Put it down.
That's great.
Put the cookie down.
Are you eating everyone's lunches? Stop it.
Stop.
When he's got that kid and then he looks and then just drops the kid, that's the funniest thing ever. Stop it. It's great. That movie's underrated, dude. I'm telling you.
It's really not. I watched it the other day.
Shut up.
It's not.
Who's your dad and what does he do?
The ex-husband, Richard Tyson. I remember that name because he was the bully in 3 O'Clock High. All right, McClane just opened fire on Winger here. So
tell the kids there'll be no reunion this year.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound out of place, but rest in peace, James Earl Jones, because all the Schwarzenegger is just making me think of Conan. Specifically when James Earl Jones' character shoots the snake into that girl's heart. It's like one of the best kill scenes.
Yeah.
And didn't they work it out like somehow that Vader he will be the only actor to ever do Vader's voice. Somehow they've got his. I mean, I guess with digital technology they can make it happen. They mimicked his. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't like that.
Yeah, dang. James Earl Jones, another guy who is no longer with us. Rest in peace.
Yep.
Yep.
What was this year, wasn't it?
It was.
Like a few months ago, yeah.
Dude, it's like you've seen Space Cowboys. I really enjoy Space Cowboys. And like through the whole movie, as they're going back to NASA, they're asking about, I remember that guy. How's he doing? He's dead. And it just keeps happening throughout the movie. We're like, you realize a lot of people that we knew are dead now? It's like, yeah. That's how old we are, man. A lot of bullets being fired here.
I was really disappointed when I found out that movie wasn't a documentary about Steve Miller.
I got that. Yeah.
Dun dun.
Yep.
Where do you get these flashbang grenades that are just shaped like hockey pucks, by the way?
Yeah.
There's a villain surplus store in Germany. And yeah.
The villain surplus store.
Das Villains. I don't know.
Oh,
Carl,
that's a
with the
dramatic
massive hair flip.
turnaround.
If I do it, I'll lose my headset. That's got all his information.
Yeah, leave it to the media to make John McClane's life even harder during this
Yeah,
whole.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I could never wear like a zip up hoodie with no shirt underneath. That'd be so damn itchy.
It's very coarse on the skin, like sand.
You ever want a sweater with no shirt on underneath? I can't do that.
Oh,
Yeah, he would-
no.
That's why he's so angry. He's just super uncomfortable.
Well, his hair's gorgeous, but that part he's got, but the wardrobe he's not got it yet.
I swear that vest keeps changing colour. Because it was like a grey colour when he was talking to Hans, and now it's back to khaki green. It definitely keeps changing.
Gruesome with the feet.
Oh,
Jeez.
the state of his feet. Ugh.
Yeah. In the Dexter's Lab parody of Die Hard is Dexter running across potato chips and ketchup packets on the floor.
I love Dexter's Lab. You're stupid. By the way, you are stupid. I didn't realize this. Hans Gruber is also the name of an adversary in Our Man Flint from '66, starring James Coburn.
Oh,
Nice. Everyone will appreciate this. Richard Donner was approached to direct this film, but he declined due to prior commitments. This could have been a Richard Donner film.
What were these prior commitments? Was it?
I don't know. What happened in '89 with Richard Donner? What could he have been doing?
I don't.
89.
This is
Didn't he do the Lethal Weapon movies?
List, right?
Donner did the Lethal Weapon movies, didn't he?
Yeah, but Lethal Weapon was 87.
Or is that Zemeckis?
This was 88, wasn't it? What did he do in 88? Oh, he did Scrooged in 88.
Oh,
I thought it was.
man.
That's what I was sitting trying to remember. That's what it was.
I thought you were setting it up for a bit.
I was sitting trying to
no.
remember. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yep, he was like, nah, I could have went directed Bruce Willis, iconic action movie. No, I'm gonna make this weird Christmas movie with
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray and end up being pretty unhappy by the end of it.
Mad the
Nice
whole
Bill Murray
time.
by just making him shout constantly.
Mad the whole time was Bill Murray.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta look at that Lethal Weapon now because it was either Donner or Zemeckis, but I can't remember which one was behind that franchise.
Well, Lethal Weapon, the first one, 87, is same guy.
Donner. There you go.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I
He
thought
also
it
did Goonies, Superman, Omen, All the Lethal Weapons, Lady Hawk, Conspiracy Theory, Maverick.
Lady Hawk.
Legend.
So Lethal Weapon came first, so isn't it the original action Christmas movie?
Guess so.
Yeah. Listen, Shane Black,
Mhm.
they gave us several Christmas movies. For some
Iron-
reason, I guess like that was his favorite setting.
Iron Man
Also,
3.
directed Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, because
Also a Christmas movie.
like the introduction of Mel Gibson's
Gotta keep getting
character.
that
The introduction of Mel Gibson's character in Lethal Weapon is him jumping out of the back of that tree truck, the Christmas tree truck, and doing the you want to get crazy. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
there's a scene that takes place during Christmas during Nice Guys, right?
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
That's Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. Is it that film?
No, that's the other guys.
That's the other guy.
No, Nice Guys is Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling.
Gosling. Yeah. By the way, everything's in the archives. Go listen
Great.
and check it out.
Great movie. If you have not seen Nice Guys, great movie.
Great movie. Oh,
I don't think you have the authority to do that, mate, but okay.
and to take it all full circle, Shane Black was in Predator.
Mhm.
There you go.
Like this low key Motorola advertisement placement.
Didn't
here.
he write a Predator movie?
Yeah, Predators.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
The Predator.
Predators. Yeah,
The Predator.
the Predator. Yeah. Yeah, I picked up on that Motorola, and now they turn the lights out.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Yeah, shut it down.
Shut it down.
That's a big Twinkie. I'm just saying.
I understood that reference.
Thank you.
Yeah, they inadvertently help the terrorist here by
They're
turning
like,
the power back on because
look
they
at
had
him.
stopped
Oh.
the electromagnetic locks or whatever.
Yeah.
By God, it'll be beautiful.
It's full of stars, right?
So here's the real question here: if they gave them like 2 minutes to walk into this vault and then just turn the power off again, or turn the power back off again, wouldn't it magnetically seal again, therefore trapping everyone inside,
You would think.
or at least half of the bad guys?
They would all suffocate. No air, I guess.
I mean, surely all this would be insured.
Good thing.
You're going with the heat logic of where it's like it's not your money, it's the government's money. It's gonna be insured. Don't worry about it.
They've insured what they know about, but how much of that maybe this guy wasn't supposed to have, perhaps? I don't know. Did we establish that Takagi was on the up and up as a businessman or no? I don't know.
I think he was. Yeah, I don't. I mean, he employed Cocaine Derek.
Oh, that's fair.
He needed a good sales guy, man.
Yeah, but he's a loose cannon.
That shifty guy. You ever known somebody like that in real life? That shifty, hey, come on. What are we talking about? Huh? Come on, let's go. Hey, like I've never in my life, I don't think I've ever physically been in the room with somebody like, yeah, that dude's doing cocaine. Wow. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
It's just, are you just saying, have you ever met people that do cocaine?
No.
Yeah. Oh no. I've been in a room with somebody that's very shifty and fidgety. Also, been in a room when somebody took a bump of cocaine, which was one of the wildest things I've ever seen. Like, all right, that's a thing that happened. Cool.
Dang, was it Derek? Jeez.
No,
Well, just out in public.
just in the middle of the room, just took a bump of cocaine.
There was I will not
Take
name
some
the
chutzpah,
bar,
doesn't
but-
it?
Some hot spot.
I'll be nice and not name the bar, but there was a bar I went to that had like people doing cocaine in the bathroom all the time that I used to play open mics at. So, that's a common thing still.
See, we used to, when I had my pub, we used to spray the tops of the toilets with WD-40 and leave it to dry.
Mm-hmm.
And then if anyone powders on that and snorts it, it just burns their eyes out, basically. So it's perfectly legal. I asked the police and they said, yeah, it's fine. It's a cleaning solvent. And I was like, thank you. It's all I needed to know. Yeah, they stopped doing it.
Remember the stories of Jordan first getting to the Bulls, and he said the entire locker room was doing cocaine at like in the hotel party and stuff, and he's like,
It was, quote, a cocaine circus.
Yeah.
Cocaine circus.
I'm just here to play ball. What's all this stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Roger Corman film, Cocaine Circus.
I'm there for that. I want to see that.
So McLean is saying she heard me say I love you 1,000 times. She never heard me say I'm sorry. John figures he's not getting out of this one alive, kids. There shall be no part 2 and 3 and 4. Or however many there were.
5?
5, I think.
Yeah.
I think I stopped after 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
100% sure I have not seen all 5.
I saw parts of Live Free and Die Hard because it used to come on like Sci-Fi and TNT all the time. Back when people used to have cable. Remember that?
No.
I mean, they are all on Disney Plus if that's how you want to live your life.
Yeah. Christmas, do what you want, I guess. You want to be unhappy, go ahead.
But doesn't the second one take place at Christmas as well? But it's in an airport, I think.
Yeah.
And then the third one's just him and Samuel L. Jackson running around.
Running around New York.
I think the fourth one, doesn't he ramp
The
a
shot
car
at
into a helicopter at some point?
Yeah.
And in the fifth one, he's a werewolf.
Yes, that's it.
That's it. Exactly that.
I would actually watch that.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
John McClane gets bitten in London. Now he's a werewolf. Werewolves in London Part 2 Die Hard.
Die Hard in London. I don't know.
Nah. He would have said all of that. I'd be like, bro, I don't care what you said. You are not coming in here with those cameras, bro. If you don't get out of here, you are not coming in this house with them cameras.
This movie's like much longer than I remember it being.
Yeah, I remember it being a tight 90. Yeah.
Not in a bad way. I mean, it's just for whatever reason in my memory, I thought this was like an hour 20 or something.
Oh, McLean's in trouble.
What gun is that? That is a fugly looking gun.
It also switched between the first scene. It's like a tan color in the first scene that he has it, and then later on it's not. So I don't know if he switched guns at some point, but it is not the same gun he had at the beginning.
Ah,
Same beautiful head of hair though, isn't it?
of course.
Doesn't
I
he
just
also
want-
fight a massive German at the end of the third one as well?
He does, yeah. With Jeremy's iron. Yeah.
On's
boat.
brother. Yeah.
Simon
Sorry,
Gruber.
Simon Gruber. That's it.
Yes.
Sorry, I interrupted you a second, Chris. Were you about to say something?
Oh, I was just gonna make it Paulie Dangerous Alliance joke, but it's fine.
It's all right. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Oh man, yeah, that's enough right there, buddy.
The thing about the third one that I, for whatever reason, stands in my mind is when him and Samuel L. Jackson are having to do math.
Yeah.
For like
With the water.
jump the water
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. I love the bit in that one where they get the phone call and he's like, "Oh, on my way to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives," and they start doing it. And he's about to give the answer. He's like, "No, you're wrong." He was just like, it starts off with "on my way." He was just like, he's like, "So where's everyone else going?" He's like, "I don't know." He's just like, I can't remember what he says.
And like both Sam Jackson and the German villain are both like, you can't leave that bomb there. There could be kids, man. Even the German guy said it too. Right? You can't leave that there. There might be some kid could find it.
It's been a long time since I saw the third one, but in the third one, isn't the whole thing that he's supposed to be off and going to pick his kids up from the airport or something? Like when the movie starts?
No, school.
School or something. Because he's
Yeah, 'cause-
hammered, isn't he? They pick him up and he's hungover, and then they're like, "Oh, there's a bomb, and there's a bomb going off somewhere. You've been asked to be there, and they send him to Harlem, don't they? They swear the big sign.
Yeah.
Sign that says something very inappropriate.
Yeah.
Unless you watch the made-for-TV version where it says "I hate everyone."
Oh, really?
Is it?
Yeah, which is
Oh, no way.
just rather nihilistic, really. Like, I'd be like, "All right,
Yeah.
mate, yeah, me too."
Yeah.
Like he's like, but they make him naked underneath, except for the sign, right? Like, isn't that?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
No,
been a long
he's not
time since
naked.
I saw that. I thought that was
I
the
don't
whole
think.
thing.
I don't think he's naked. Maybe he is.
McLean, I have some news for you.
Yeah, apparently I'm just writing like the third one in my mind way different than what happened.
Oh, right on the
Yes.
shoulder.
That was a good looking practical effect for a gunshot. I'll give him
Yeah,
credit
man.
on that.
There.
Oh, this guy's the Terminator. Look at him. You can't kill me. I can do the German accent. No one's offended by that here, right? So.
So they've already gotten the loot. Shouldn't they already be gone by now? Like,
I would think.
Yeah,
those
but
are
first,
well,
no,
they're waiting
innit?
for the helicopter on the roof or whatever. Isn't that supposed to be? I can't remember.
And these are all because we talk so much because we have fun doing this. Are these bonds? What are these again? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, I think they're bonds.
What country?
$20,000 bonds.
I guess the country. But cool. We'll cash them in. I guess it wouldn't matter. You don't have
I
to
love
prove
that-
ownership.
I love that Gruber's throwing all this stuff in the bag, and she throws that line out, "You're nothing but a common thief." He like lunges in her face, like, "No. I am an excellent thief."
Yeah.
But recognize.
Well, there you go, kids. There's the end of Motley Crue. He's just going to hang there. Oh, into the wall.
R.I.P.
Doesn't that
Stunning
happen to
Steve.
the guy at the end of the third as well? Doesn't he choke him with a chain or something?
You and
I'm
Chris need to quit trying to
sure he
rewrite
does.
part 3. I'm just saying.
I'm
Knock
sure
it off.
He does.
We're gonna do
The song and
HD
dance number they did was too much.
Yeah.
It's the HD remaster version of 3 that Troy and I have been working on in our
God.
spare time, where we play the characters and refilm it Always Sunny in Philadelphia style.
Davy's flashing back to Vietnam and having a great time. Maybe not make that guy a cop. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like trying to bring the other guy, and he's like, "Nah, I was in high school, buddy.
Yeah.
Junior high. I don't know what you're talking about."
So I don't know if you guys know it's gotten dark here in Georgia. I'm gonna have to turn a light on here in a second.
Chris is in his basement, writing his manifesto. I think that's what's happening over there.
I am, man. I'm just thinking about I Hate Everyone.
Well, there you go, yeah.
To John McClane. All right, I will be back. We can try to get some lights on.
I think he's a terrorist.
Go on, Chris Farley, get downstairs.
By the way, with the cops,
Nail that sucker.
fire, they opened fire with civilians, right? I guess they would. They did.
So the reason for shooting him is because he was firing near civilians. So in turn, they fire at him right next to civilians.
Yeah.
Good one.
This is just like Saigon.
Yeah, well, movie
Oh,
cop
man.
logic as well. Iconic moment here. This movie's got so
Yeah.
many iconic moments. Him coming off, getting ready to go off with that fire hose. Holy Lord.
Still doing his little monologue.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot brighter in here now. Sorry if I'm washed out here.
Oh, it's Frasier's love child.
There's something wrong. I
really?
can't find the news. I'm going to stick to that Huey Lewis bit till the end of this movie.
Change the channel. It's a little Street Fighter reference.
Street Fighter reference for you there.
All fits together.
Oh, really, Hans?
All comes full circle.
For me, it was just a Tuesday.
I love that line.
There went the tower.
It's like the only redeemable thing in that entire movie is the performance of I can't think of the actor's name. Raj Julia in Bison. That's great.
That was his last role as well before he died.
Yep.
Ooh, look at those feet, dude. Yikes.
Ugh. Yeah.
Tier 2 animated film though, that's pretty good. So if you just want a Street Fighter film, that's the one.
Oh yeah.
And then he's laying there and then realizes, oh crap.
Does this make you nervous, Tom?
A little bit. It depends if the camera goes over the side, then I'm out.
No, we're okay.
All right, we're good.
What was the fog machine budget in this film, by the way?
High. It was high. Yeah.
What was a higher budget, the fog machine on this movie or the entire run of Undertaker? What do you think was higher? The fog.
Of what now?
What do you think more money was spent on, the fog in this machine or like the first year of Undertaker?
Oh, that's a good question. We're going to need some more FBI guys, I guess.
We're really terrible at our job.
Yeah. Hey, it wasn't our guys that got him, all right? We're good. Well, we're good. Hey, the FBI guys, let's kill him.
So other than like turning the power on and off, these police officers have been basically useless, right?
They've done
so
nothing.
Far.
Sweet FA.
If anything,
You know they're
going
going
to than they've caused. Yeah.
You know that they all took credit for this too. Like as soon as
Oh,
this movie's
yeah.
over, they're like, "Yeah, well, the negotiation went well. The building's on fire behind them."
Yeah. Like Naked Gun and Leslie Nielsen's like, there's nothing to see here. All right, please. And behind him, everything's blowing up. Just please, there's nothing here. Move on.
It's like the scene in Dumb and Dumber at the start. He's like, you're more likely to be killed on the way to the airport. It's just all the smashing of cars and stuff like that going on.
Oh. Maybe you want to turn around. Good thinking. A lot of bad drivers out there.
I wonder where this. I wonder if this limousine is in someone's possession. Like who owns this thing?
Phil, you and I did a movie. What movie did we do that connected to Die Hard? The gun that McClane is using in this movie was used in this other movie. Was it Lethal Weapon we did? What movie was it that we did?
I believe it was Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. The handgun that he's using was used in Lethal Weapon.
Allez, vite, maintenant.
Thanks to the media, they know that's his wife who happens to work here. Congratulations.
Huey Lewis made it to the end. That's impressive. Just saying. He's still with us.
That's the power of love.
That's the power of love.
Brought it home. Brought it home.
Oh, man.
Bruce Willis has an incredible voice, like tone-wise. I wish I could have talked like Bruce Willis. That'd be fun. But then you wonder, like I worked in tech support at one point, what those phone calls would be like.
Yeah, is that wisecracking sort of? It's too late in the game to be asking deep questions, but like, I think maybe I'm not going to ask if he was the first because that's a whole other thing. But maybe Bruce Willis was the best, like wisecracking hero in movies like this. Maybe.
Again, I think it's one of the ones where it's not like James Bondy style. Let off some steam. Yeah, it's not that kind of.
No, yeah.
You know, you've got red on you.
Yeah.
It's more just a constant stream of consciousness sort of thing. He's narrating his own actions and that.
I mean, Eastwood was kind of a wisecracker, just in a different way.
By the way, Eastwood owned the rights to the book this movie was based on, and he wanted to do the movie but never did.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, his first, like, his directorial debut was like what, Unforgiven, which would have been 93, 92, 93.
Was
That
it
movie's
Unforgiven?
brilliant. That's a
It
great
is.
movie.
Wow.
So maybe he did the right thing. by holding
Gun on the
out.
back. Yep. Get ready. Bam. Huey Lewis just I mean, yeah, it's over.
Like you gotta love the happy trails.
Another iconic moment coming up, kids. And I'm sure everyone here knows the story behind this. There's a green screen behind, or whatever it was they were using. They were going to drop Alan Rickman, and they were holding on to him. And they said, we're going to count you at the drop of 3. And they counted out loud and dropped him on 2. So when you see his face, he's truly surprised.
Genuine shock.
And they did it on purpose. So there you go. That's the take from when they did it. Yeah.
As if.
Yeah.
Ha,
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
No, I didn't.
Smart.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Really
He
cool.
only fell something like a couple of meters, but that's why the camera cuts away. Because they had to film it at incredibly high speeds, and the technology at the time didn't allow them to pull focus fast enough to keep up with it. Dead.
Yeah.
So we think. Die
So
Hard
we
Part
think.
6.
Mecha Gruber.
Mecha Gruber.
Mecha Gruber. Just comes up like RoboCop.
Just
He
his
does-
brain and the hair on a.
It's just
yeah.
it's AI Alan Rickman's voice, but Kevin Nash is Mecha Gruber.
That's a horrible, twisted death metal version right there.
I was trying to fit in something with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because of Phil's Christmas sweater. Might as well get
There you
Super
go.
Shredder in there.
It's not an action movie explosion unless papers are falling down.
Yeah.
Papers, and then John Woo brought his version with doves, right?
Doves.
John Woo directed
Yeah,
this.
man.
Doves everywhere.
Oh, have you done Hard Boiled yet?
Have not.
When you do, talk to me.
I will. I'm down.
So, like, if this happened in Atlanta, because this, we had a wrecked Brinks truck happen, and then people were stopping on the interstate grabbing money. All of these police officers would be scooping up these bonds. 100%. I don't know what 80s LA was doing, but we're built different here in the A-town, I guess.
So McClane and Powell for the first time face to face.
Of course.
Of course.
It's just that old man wandering around in the background. And a newsie.
Yeah. Thornburg, the reporter, his moment of clarity is about to arrive. Oh no, it's Holly McClane now. Now I loves him.
Oh, it is
I
now.
loves him now.
Changed your tune now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Man's been running around, hacking his feet up for you. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be your wife again.
Only took me killing 35 terrorists to make it happen, huh?
I mean, to be fair, he must be terrible at everything else in life other than saving her life this one time, because it doesn't last until the third film. As we know.
Look, Terminator Motley Crue back from the dead. Look at him. Oh,
Got him. How's it feel to get killed by Carl Winslow?
that's right.
It's bad. You guys remember that time that Steve Urkel and Carl Winslow did the genetic swap, and they both were Bruce Lee in that episode of Family Matters?
No.
See,
I just
it would have never taken. It would have never taken all of those shots in Lethal Weapon, because he would have just did his trick and just took the one shot. Just blew away with the one shot.
Yep. Don't be shooting him. Don't be shooting Argyle, man.
There are no more bullets in that gun. You took several shots in that revolver, sir. There are no more bullets in that gun.
You can see why, like Carl Winslow's character here is like the one that responds to fire alarms because he really did take a bunch of shots with that gun to shoot someone point blank.
Gotcha.
Got him.
This is back before cell phones too, so somewhere like his wife is just like, "Where are the Twinkies, man? Like, what happened?"
Yeah. Cell phones came along, but like they were this big. It was like, I'm sorry I didn't get the Twinkies, but
She's like, "Oh, sorry about that. Let me just."
See, his comeuppance in this movie is better. He gets punched in the face. He doesn't get like splashed with melted marshmallow like he does in Ghostbusters.
right.
See, I'm trying to remember. Is he not like the mayor in the most recent Ghostbusters? Like he rose to prominence and does the
Yes,
exact
I
same
think
thing
so.
again. Yeah.
Really?
I'm
think so.
fairly sure so. Yeah.
New York never learning their lesson, electing a terrible person to run the city as always.
Yep.
And as we
So-
know, the reason they don't stay together is because, as in Speed, all love based on high drama relationships never lasts. That's why Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves are not together in the second one.
Facts.
So we hit credits and it immediately started playing the Terminator for me.
Oh my God.
So that was next up for me
Oh,
on
okay.
Amazon.
I got nothing yet.
Nope, I'm still getting Christmas music.
I'm still getting
Yeah.
credits.
Hear that, kids? Christmas music.
Is it Paul Robeson singing this? It sounds like, yeah.
Also, if you're on Prime and you want to watch the Terminator, you got 14 days before it leaves. So get there.
That's all right. I've got the 4K restorations of 1 and 2.
So the geniuses at Amazon, led by the crazy billionaire, because every platform's got a crazy billionaire, are like, why don't we just get rid of this freaking Terminator movie? Anybody cares about this? Take it off. It's brilliant.
So Bezos stepped down though, right? Like he's not
I don't care.
stepped down in quotations, I guess.
Well, he couldn't step down. He's pretty short. Hey, I don't know.
Whee!
Wasn't good.
Oh, what a
Got
film.
him, Tom. You burn him. You burn
Hey.
Elon.
Watch out. It's like, I'm bringing the heat.
Bezos is crying somewhere right now. Just crying into millions of dollars stacked
Yeah.
on his desk.
In his panic room that he now lives in for fear.
When you're that rich, the only thing you got to worry about is the government. That's really it. What else you got to worry about?
I think there's one person who would say people with guns, but yeah.
Not if you're that rich. God, you can buy every cop in every city and every town in the country, man. You know?
Oh, okay. That wasn't where I was going, but
Yeah. Joe's was more recent, politically relevant with maybe 3D printing weapons and
oh my,
taking a stand against the American health system.
Oh, that guy.
yeah.
Well, kids, hope you enjoyed it. There's the Die Hard for you. Knocked it out. Coming up next, Die Hard 2. Stay tuned. Let's cue it up.
Let's skip 2 and go straight to.
Let's go to 3 and see if he is in the nude. Yeah.
We have too many questions and our memory's fuzzy about part 3. So let's go make sure.
2 is awful. 2 is like not like even
not
by
good.
80s action film standards.
Genuinely
it's
cannot
not very
remember
good.
anything about it apart from Chief O'Brien's plane gets smashed into the tarmac.
It's the worst of the original 3.
I agree. Yeah.
It's the worst of the 4. Like, well, at least up to
Whoa.
Live Free and Die Hard. Like,
I don't
2
know.
is really bad.
The game was good.
They gave him a kid,
The
didn't
game
they?
was great. The gun one. Yeah.
Didn't they give him a kid, or was that Indiana Jones that gave a kid too?
No, and the 4th one was it? Oh no, what was it? His kid? Was it Justin Long? Was in it? Was it his kid though? Was it just?
Not
Yeah,
someone he was training.
his son is in the 4th, or like that's part of the story. Is his son being rebuilding relationships and such.
It was the 4th Indiana Jones with Shia LaBeouf, which
Always gotta go with a kid in that 4th movie, man. They gave Eddie a kid in Beverly Hill Cop 4. Always gotta go with a kid in that 4th movie, man.
Better than Rocky 6 when his kid shows up and just is the
Isn't that what they did?
worst.
Bad Boys 4 as well.
There's a
So
Bad
it's
Boys
Kid in
4.
Yes.
Oh, again, I don't think I think
Just
I
came out this year, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that's fairly
Oh,
recent.
right.
I
Oh,
haven't
go
seen
on.
it yet.
Actually, it was it's 3 that introduced this kid, but the kid's also in 4 as well. It's good, man. It's worth a watch. It's decent.
I mean, I'll probably watch it. I like Martin Lawrence. So.
There's a Kid in Blues Brothers 2000, which is technically a sequel.
We don't talk about that.
Let's not
here.
talk about Blues Brothers
That's all.
2000.
No,
No.
Whatever he's called, Patches or whatever he's called. Yeah.
no, we're good.
Patches O'Houlihan.
Punch the Houlihan. Because we did dodgeball. What's his Hank Azaria? Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and
Dive and dodge.
dodge. Because he couldn't think of a fifth. I'm telling you, he couldn't think of a fifth once he's doing it. Great.
Is his wife in Die Hard 2? Because the thumbnail that it's brought up for me has both of them,
I think she's in part 2,
but not 3.
not 3.
I think it's
She's-
all over with it. That's why he's hung over at the start of it and stuff like. It's all gone wrong. Yeah.
Once again, as proven by some of these conversations, my memory of these movies are not that great. But I think the second one is that they're getting back together. That builds off this first one like a year later. So they're flying. That's why they're at the airport. Is either they're flying back from New York to California or vice versa. And the terrorists are at the airport for whatever reason. Because the entire movie takes place in an airport.
In the
Yeah.
airport, yeah.
Yeah.
Duty free, probably.
Well, kids, there you have it. There's a Christmas episode. That is, if I'm doing my math correctly, fifth. Well, that's the 5th Christmas episode. So there you go. In the books. Glad we could put this together, guys. This has been fun. And yeah, by the way, kids, as we wrap this up, Die Hard is absolutely a Christmas movie. So get over yourselves. If you don't think so, you're wrong. If we think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a Christmas movie, it sounds weird, but do what you want. I don't care. Whatever makes you happy. I started the show off like that. Man, like that. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever gets you through the night. It's all right. Right. All right. Let's take this home if we shall. Troy, I started with you. And we'll start that way. Troy, give me your last word on Die Hard.
It's absolutely a Christmas film. Argue it as much as you want. It is. It's one of the definitive, defining 80s action films. It's superb.
Well done. I can't add to that. Phil, what you think?
Yeah. Regardless if you think it's a Christmas movie or not, probably one of the most iconic action movies of all time. Launched numerous parodies, numerous clones. There would be several things that would not be pop culture if it was not for this movie and Bruce Willis. Absolutely deserves a lot of the hype it gets. I'm sure a lot of people that, if you did not see it in the 80s, don't understand some of the hype, but absolutely deserves a lot of the hype that it gets.
For sure. Joe.
Yeah, it's I believe it's one of those films that's in like the Hall of Congress Library thing and stuff like. It's preserved for its cultural impact that it had,
It is.
and it's a lot more bloodier than I remember it being. That lad getting his knees shot off. Oof. Yeah, none of that. But Happy Christmas.
That's right. Chris, what you got?
It's a wonderful film. I really enjoyed watching it. It's been like I said, 5 or 6 years since I've seen it. Still holds up. Still great. Not a Christmas movie. No Mogwai. So
If you didn't follow it up with no Mogwai, I'd be like, stop it, knock it off. But that you saved it.
I'm kidding. But
saved
happy holidays to everyone out there.
For sure. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, kids. Whether you celebrate, whatever you celebrate, have a great one and a safe one out there. And yeah, that's our Christmas episode. I will parrot everything the guys said here and tell you that like them, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I've seen it so many times, knowing all the beats as they happen. It's just one of those films that's kind of ingrained in your brain, But yeah, I was glad we could put this together, and always happy to record with the crew here and wishing everybody here on the set, what is this, 1970s? Happy holidays and whatnot, everybody out there. We appreciate your time, and stay tuned for more great 80s stuff, because apparently we're all about it, judging from all the jokes we made in the past 2.5 hours. So, hey, man, more to come. Stay tuned for it. But for now, that is Die Hard.